Texas A&M, and he delivers the first pitch of game number 2 to Mason McCrane, and it's a fastball that runs away. 1 ball and no strikes. McCrane hit by a pitch by Shane Sadeo to lead off game 1, and he came out of the game in the 2nd inning. And Sims follows it up with a fastball for a strike. It's 1-1. With Matt Bergevin, I'm Andrew Monaco. We thank you so much for joining us all along the Texas A&M Sports Network and our SEC Network Plus telecast. 3 on the right side for the Aggies, Partita on the left side. And that sweeper is a strike, and at times elite, says Michael Early and Jason Kelly about Aiden Sims. Partita to the right of second base. Travis Chestnut, who's at second, is in shallow right. Gavin Grahovac deep and towards the line at first. Kellner at short. 1-2. Called strike 3. He struck him out. Aiden Sims picking up where he's left off all season long.
Can Matt Bergevin jump on the Aiden Sims sweeper as elite train?
Sure.
Am I? Okay, sweet.
Sure.
Then yes, it is. It's unbelievable. And he just threw an elite one to McCrane. That's maybe down, but you know what? I'll take it. I will take it.
Steve Mattingly calling balls and strikes. Kevin Sweeney's at first, Clint Fagan at second, Jason Bradley umpire at third. Eric Guevara came in 380 on the day, and that led the SEC, the right-handed hitter. Went 1 for 5 with a couple of RBIs in game 1. Righty-righty matchup, Sims, Guevara, first pitch. Swing and a miss. He went fastball down and away, 0-1.
I don't think he was trying to poke a single the other way there.
Nope.
Just my guess.
The blue tops, Auburn in script with the tail, white letters and numbers, gray pants, the blue helmets interlocking AU. 0-1. Lined into left field, Jake Dewar going over towards the gap, shy of the warning track, 2 away. Matt, talk about Aiden Sims and where he's come as a freshman last year to where he is in this his sophomore season.
I don't know if I have enough superlatives for it. He had 12 innings last year, and I don't think he would really like to look back on those 12, if we're being honest. And now it's like, hey, Aiden, can you give us 6 strong innings? Yeah, gotcha. What else do you need? I'm really impressed by this young man. I really am.
3 on the right side. Kellner goes to the right of second. Partita in that 5-6 hole for Chase Fralick, left-handed hitting catcher. Sweeper up and away, 1 ball and no strikes. 2 for 5, excuse me. He was 2 for 5, 2-run home run, RBI single for Fralick. 337 is what he's hitting. Open stance from the left side, the 1-0 from Sims. Sweeper first strike. Now he's added the cutter, and what Aiden has said time and again is, like, you don't see the same sequence game to game, nor second and third times through the order. So he's utilized the cutter, utilized that sweeper, and obviously that fastball. 1-1. Missed high and away. 2 balls, 1 strike.
I think too, and this isn't a bad thing, but Aiden's sweeper can get almost like Grant's curveball. It can get kind of vertical in terms of drop profile. So the cutter to be like a true side to side just helps him with his like shape profiling.
2-1. Chopped off his front ankle. That one does. That stings. He'll go outside the dirt circle.
Sound like 203 saying ow every time he steps.
They are. Yep. Just as a reminder, like he's not reminded enough.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Ooh. I know the leg guard does a great job, but there's just some parts of the leg guard that it's never going to cover, and it always finds those parts.
Partita to the right of second base, putting 3 on the right side for the Aggies. 2 down, bases empty. Here's the 2-2 from Sims. Line down the right field line and towards the bullpen. Gone. The 2 outs. Solo home run by Fralick. Unofficially, I had Auburn with 9 2-out runs in game 1 and might be shy. That's another 2-out run.
Yeah, and it's, well, Chase Fralick, one, has figured out where to hit him at this place, right in that little corner down the bullpen.
Yeah.
Here's sweeper, down and in, and I think I will give Mason McCrane some credit. I don't know if he did it, but that was the same pitch that Sims threw McCrane to steal a strike early in his at-bat. I wonder if he gave Fralick a little, hey, he likes to throw that into lefties, because it looked like he was all over a good 2-strike pitch.
I'm not trying to be funny here. I'm trying to remember the last time Aiden Sims has pitched from behind. Missed inside with 2. So I'm going to go back through my scorebook. It hasn't been recently. He's gotten a lot of runs, but he's pitched ahead.
No, but he's pitched ahead.
I always ask Michael Early about this. He doesn't pitch like he's ahead. And I understand the way I say that. 2-0. It's a bouncing ball to Partita on a hop. He's going to throw across the diamond in time. The solo home run by Chase Fralick. Auburn gets 1 in the top of the first. Fralick's 11th home run of the season, his 37th RBI. And that's 4 RBIs on the day. Hayden Sims and the Aggies come to bat, bottom of the first. Auburn 1, Texas coming to the plate. It's Aggie baseball from Learfield. For the Aggies. And right off the bat with Gavin Grahovac, Caden Sorrell, and Chris Hakopian, that's our 44 Farms meat of the order. And 44 Farms invites you to enjoy premium all-natural Angus beef by visiting 44steaks.com. 44 Farms, the official beef of Texas A&M Athletics. The left-hander, Jake Marciano. Behind him, Ethan Bingaman is the first baseman. Casey Rembert's at second. Brandon McGrain is at short. Eric Avar is the third baseman. Bub Terrell's in left. Bristol Carter in center. And it's Mason McCrain in right. Chase Freilich catching. Marciano 3-3. The 2.04 ERA is third best. Where he is best, the walk to strikeout ratio of over 9. 82 strikeouts to 9 walks in just under 62 innings of work. A point. Anytime you say whip and you start with point,
it's pretty good.
.86.
Goodness me.
Here's Gavin Grahovac on an 18-game hitting streak, now hitting .374. The 2 home runs in game 1 gives him 16. He has 61 RBIs. He and Caden Sorrell now tied for the team lead, second in the SEC. The lefty Marciano, the righty Grahovac. First pitch swinging, ground ball to third. Gavar to his left, bobbles, recovers, throws in the stretch by Bingaman. Gets Grahovac, 1 down.
Yeah, Gavin and Sorrell, I think, just in terms of laughable video game numbers to lead off a lineup, I don't know if there's a better 1-2 of just like, he's hitting what? With how many homers and RBIs? Both should be day 1 picks this year in the draft.
Totally agree with you.
I just, there will be teams that will regret not taking both of these guys. Former teammate bias aside.
3 on the right side with Rembert and shallow right. And that curveball is a strike.
Another guy that, when he gets drafted, will be a high pick is the guy on the mound. It's not, you know, blow you away with 98, but it's really good.
Fastball misses away. They're not called throwers. They're called pitchers.
For a reason.
Marciano's one of those pitchers.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I would also like to give Auburn credit. I really like their uniforms. That's a good jersey.
Oh, this is a good one. Missed outside, 2-1. Kane went 0 for 3 in game 1, 341 average. With 20 home runs to 61 driven in. We're talking about Grahovac with his 2 home runs, 41 for his career. Caden has 43 for his Aggie career. 2-1, lefty-lefty. Skied into shallow right center field. And the shortstop, McCrain, who is playing on the right side of second base, makes the grab for 2 away.
I think a guy that could have success against this man, I'm not here to jinx him, but a guy that just in terms of his profile would have success is Hakopian, because he doesn't, and I'm not saying Caden and Gavin have to go yard to have success. Obviously, that is not what they do. But Chris is totally fine hitting a laser the other way and going for the next guy. Gavin and Caden, there's always this thought of homer, which is good.
Fastball low, 1 ball and no strikes. Hakopian 1 for 2 is the DH in game 1. Wesley Jordan batted for him late in that run rule win for Auburn. But that single, his first time up, extended his hitting streak to 7 games. 1-0. On the inside corner at the belt for a strike.
Speaking of day 1 draft picks.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, this is every bit the look of it. Batted ball profile, can play multiple positions. Good dude, all the stuff you need Chris Hacopian has.
1-1. Swing and a miss. Change speeds on him. 1 and 2. I don't think you can discount the good dude parts as well.
It's becoming a lot more important because there are a lot of good baseball players now.
2 down, bases empty. 1 and 2 to Hacopian. Pitch from Marciano. Down and away.
I think we talked about it a little bit last game, but it's hard to be a leader as a transfer, even if you're an older guy. And Chris has shown a lot of those tendencies early.
2-ball, 2-strike count to him. Way outside. When we talk about knowing the strike zone, he's right at the top of that list, isn't he?
Might be number 1.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
he is real good and he's really patient, but when you put it over the middle part of the plate, you don't want to do that.
Full count pitch. Off the end of the bat, looped to first, where Bingaman still on the dirts, and the Aggies are retired in order. End of 1. Auburn has a 1-0 lead on Texas A&M. Our second innings next. It's Aggie baseball from Learfield. Thank you.
Diffuse midline glioma, or DMT, is one of the most aggressive and deadliest forms of childhood cancer. The survival rate is less than 1%. There are limited treatment options and no cure. Most children face life expectancy.
Sims takes the mound in the second, trailing. Sentences I don't think we've said this season. 1-0 Auburn, who's led practically wire to wire. It was a 6-run second inning for Auburn, which was enough in an 18-5 run rule win in game 1. Sims was on a little bit of a pitch count last week against Florida. Again, a reminder, he's never pitched this many innings. As you were mentioning, the dozen last year. Ethan Bingaman leads off. Righty-righty. Off the end of the bat into the berm, right field side, 0-1.
Yeah, and it's common, like UCLA, Logan Redeman, who's been unbelievable. They shut him down for a couple weeks just to, no injury or anything, just give him a break, so. Good by A&M, little foresight there.
The 0-1. Down the right field line, it's in foul territory, and that gets over that padded wall, just beyond where the tarp is, beyond the Auburn dugout first base side.
2 good fastballs from Sims, up and in. Definitely got in on Bingaman pretty bad there. So
3 hits in that first game for Bingaman. What's he trying to do? Go back-to-back his freshman of the week?
Save some for the rest of us. Like we haven't had enough with our trio of amazing
That's
freshmen.
exactly right. 2 strikes on Bingaman leading off. Missed away. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I'm just looking at his numbers on the board, and just that as a freshman who hasn't played every game.
Nope.
Jeez. Auburn's got a good one.
333. That's a tapper on the left side. Partita charging hard. Fields on the grass. Gets rid of it. What a play by Nico. That's a Wells Fargo between the base paths. And by Nico making this look easy, you have to realize how hard this is. If
I
that makes
couldn't make
any
that
sense.
play. Jeez. Yeah, we talk about Bingaman being a really good freshman, and he is. Nico Partita himself, very good freshman. And if the defense can continue to be good over his career at A&M, he will not wait long on his draft day to get his name called.
Nope. I just love the foundational pieces these freshmen are for A&M that you can continue to build on. And the same for Butch Thompson at Auburn.
He's done a great job.
One down, Bub Terrell. Cutter down and in on an appeal to third base umpire Jason Bradley, no swing.
Yeah,
Terrell had a hit in the first game of the doubleheader.
Tony Gwynn hit.
That little opposite field, dunked it into left center. Yep.
19's got that hunched over stance, the bright gloves. Oh, yeah, he's got it all.
The 1-0. At the belt, first strike.
Yeah, anytime you're ever mentioned in the same breath as Tony Gwynn,
Yeah.
you're probably doing something okay.
Yep.
What a player, what a man.
Infield plays Terrell to pull. 1-1. Missed inside. A bad sweeper. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Good pitch, good leave, good baseball. You're going to see a lot of that, I think, today. I think there's just going to be a lot of really good pitching and defense. Watch as I say that, it's going to be 17-14, but
slow pitch softball game.
seriously.
2-1. Just below the knees. 3 balls, 1 strike. On that count, Partita goes to the right of second base. Chestnut into shallow right. Grahovac towards the line. Kellner stays at short. He's in the shadow of the light stanchion. Third base vacated. 3-1 from Sims. Swing and a miss. Terrell just tried to make it 2-0 Auburn.
Yeah, not a Tony Gwynn, let's just hit it the other way and start an inning swing. That's all right. When you got power,
Yeah.
go ahead, try and use it. I don't blame him.
He's homered 10 times, driven in 28, comes in 300 on the nose. 3-2. Draws a walk.
We talked about it for those that listened to us in game 1. We talked about it a lot, how Auburn had a lot of good at-bats. They felt really prepared. That's showing up again here. That's a really good pitch that Terrell just took. And obviously the Fralick homer was on another really good pitch. Similar thing, sweeper down. And I think, again, to give McCrane some credit, that's a pitch that he got called a strike. I just wonder how much they're saying, hey, I got this, I saw this, and I wonder how much of it's adjustments they're making, how much is preparation, whatever it is, they're doing a really good job.
With 1 down, Brandon McCrane fouls that off to the right. Now, this is Auburn's first time seeing Sims. The Aggies and Auburn didn't play last year. They didn't see Aiden Sims, so the first time seeing. Now, you see tape, but you know it's a different thing when you see him 60 feet 6 inches from you.
There's only so much tape can really tell you.
0-1. That's a fastball belt high, outer half, 0-2.
I think I told you this last game too. I really wanted to go to Auburn last year, and we went to some really good places last year. I wanted to go to Auburn.
Well, I want to go now because it's redone.
Oh, it looks great.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
looks unbelievable.
Expanded the capacity and everything.
Yeah.
1 down, Terrell walked, 0-2. Up high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. We were there a couple years ago and rained, and it kind of washed out the Frank Thomas ceremony. But Frank Thomas is back.
Yeah.
A friend of the program again.
Good
They've
for
reached
him.
out. Yeah, I agree.
That stuff matters.
Still massive. 1-2. There goes Terrell. Hit and run that's slashed out of play right side.
Well, I have Sonny D over there coaching first, so clearly the alumni relations department at Auburn's doing their thing.
Yeah.
That stuff matters. That stuff matters, and it's why Coach Hurley's done a good job with it. It matters to have people.
Everyone's welcome back, right?
It means a lot.
Yeah.
Like it really, really does. You have to have that connection.
Terrell at first, 1 away, 1-2 the count. Right-handed hitting shortstop Brandon McCrane against the righty Sims. Pitch to Partita and through the wickets and into left field. Nico ends up doing a split and slow to get up. Out comes Kaylee Swain, Aggie trainer.
That took a weird little skip right as it hit the infield lip. I don't know if I've ever seen that like that before.
Kellner comes over, Chestnut comes over, Michael Early comes out.
This would be trouble if it's anything more than just, ow, that hurt. Especially, you don't want to look ahead or anything, but with postseason play looming and with the way that he went down, that's almost guaranteed that's something muscle. And those are tough sometimes.
No putting the hand on the back.
Don't do that. You're too young for that.
No, you know why I said that? Because when Michael did that to Caden Sorrell in Georgia, my heart sank.
Oh,
I was like,
God.
okay, that was it. That was it.
That
he put his
hurt.
hand on his back, that
That
ham
one
ate,
hurt.
and I'm like, no.
We know what's tough about that is, as soon as Caden did it, we all knew.
Yeah. Oh,
There's
yeah.
just there's like a look as hitters. Oh no.
Nico's going to come out. See what Michael does here.
My guess is Ben Royal or Sawyer maybe.
So Partita's going to come out. Here's the play, man.
I think he makes the right read, and I'm telling you, where that ball, as Gavin's going to go to third, and Blake Binderup would play first, is probably what's
so
going to
Gavin
happen.
has to go take his glove from Nico, right?
Yes, he does. Oh no, he's got the new one. Thank
Oh.
God he finally got that broken in.
Okay.
Only took him a year and a half. Yes, I am being mean to Gavin because his glove is beautiful and he overprotected it.
Binderup will come to first.
But just to finish the point on the play that got Nico hurt, I think it hits that corner where the lip like comes
Yeah.
in, and it's a 1 in a billion play. But if the ball hits that lip just right, it's like hitting like a rock, like on a bad field, and it'll skip the wrong way. And I think that's exactly what happened. God, it's too bad. Hope he's all right.
And that left side, that left leg kind of just keeps
It's just
sliding
hard
out.
too, like, you know, and I'm gonna sound like I'm making a million excuses. Maybe I am, but rained a ton yesterday, and it's hard to get your footing quick on a ball like that. The ball is scalded, and it's just every little thing that can go wrong, I think, just did.
So Partita leaves, Grahovac at third, Binderup at first. Binderup at first, Chestnut at second, Kellner the shortstop. Gavin at third. Dewar in left, Sorrell in center, Wilson in right. First and second, one away for Madrigal.
Getting 2024 flashbacks with Gavin at third.
Yeah. I'm glad you said 2024.
That
He was
year-
also in left that year.
Gosh, he did
in
everything
Omaha. Wherever you needed Gavin.
Shoot, he probably wanted the catch too.
I think he brought him with him. 0-1 the count to Madrigal. The righty Sims, the lefty Madrigal. First and second, one down. Bouncing ball to the right side. Chestnut will go to Kellner, and he'll get the force outs. First and third, two away.
Nice play.
There's a guy who has many gloves. Travis Chestnut. How many do I need to bring? What a value. So thrilled he gets a final season here.
That's cool.
For
That's
TC.
really cool for
Yep.
him.
Now batting Tigers center fielder.
Now here's Bristol Carter.
We talked about guys that'll get talked about, you know, in A&M lore for a long time. Travis Chestnut might
Agreed.
be in that conversation.
Agreed. Always welcome here.
Oh yeah.
At the corners, two away. Carter goes the other way and fouls it out of play. So Binderup at first, Chestnut second. Remember, Hakopian DHing. So Farr played second in game one. Chestnut gets game two. Kellner at short. Grahovac at third. One strike on Carter, righty with Sims. Runners at the corners, two away. The 0-1 home. Show bunt, pull back. Just missed with that cutter. Oh, that's the first time I think I've seen Aiden Sims look at an umpire and kind of throw his hands going, where was that pitch?
Wow. First of all, I can't believe they're showing bunt with 2 outs.
Terrell is at third.
And he can run, I understand. But
Yep.
that is aggressive.
1-1. Up high, 2 balls and a strike. Now this isn't, it's Gavin learned to play first, but during BP every day, Gavin's taking ground balls at third base,
Yep.
working with all the third basemen and Cliff Pennington.
I think that's what he'll start out as in pro ball. I don't know if he'll stay.
2-1. Back up the middle to his left counter. Dives, makes the play, backhand, not in time.
Wow.
2-0 Auburn.
What an effort by the freshman out of Chandler. So we're going to see a lot of good baseball, and that is why. That's a really good at-bat. That's a good swing, and mercy, what a play. Chestnut's throwing his hands up like, I don't know. I think they'd be wasting a challenge if they challenge this.
Now batting Tigers right fielder.
But that was an unbelievable effort by Kellner.
The infield single gives Carter the RBI, and Auburn strikes again. They're up 2-0 here in the second for Mason McCrane. Back to the top of their order. Missed high and away. 1 ball, no strikes.
I think just to finish the point quick on Kellner, if they do that again, another infield single, instead of it being a run, because you keep that guy at second, by making that play. You're now just bases loaded if Auburn gets another,
Right.
or a pass ball or something.
Fastball thigh high outside corner. 1-1.
Stuff like that. Doesn't show up in any scorebook. Doesn't get talked about after the game. But those little things end up mattering so much, especially in a series like this.
2 on, 2 out, 1-1. Can't spin that one in 2-1, but that's where the defensive runs saved category comes in now. It's not, I mean, I guess it's part of analytics, but it's the value of a player, the overall value.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what Boston Kellner's WAR is, but I'm sure it's high.
2-1. Lined, foul by inches, right field line. First of all, you got to get it over the 6'6" Binderup.
Who can jump a little bit.
Uh-huh.
He can jump a little bit.
I mean, you just look up that line. Bear, Binderup, and Wilson.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to play football against
I was
that.
just going to say, can you?
Nope. Well, we always joke because Blake's pretty close with Coach Elko's son.
Yeah.
We always
Michael?
joked. Yeah, we're always like, Blake, you know you get another year if you play a different sport? Go be a tight end.
That's right. 2-2, the count to McCrain. First and second, 2 away. A run is 2-0 Auburn. Upstairs, 3-2. Bear signals as the Auburn runners will be off. Carter from first. Madrigal from second. A run is in.
It's a really big pitch in this game.
Yep.
I know it's second inning, but
Pitch number 40 for Sims. And we're just in the second inning. First and second, 2 away. He wheels towards second, no throw. Can't do that again. Carter's infield single scored Terrell, who walked with 1 out here in the second inning.
Bear's got a pitch con thing.
First and second, 2 away, full count. Auburn runners will be off with this pitch from Aiden Sims. To left field, Dewar is there. Auburn adds another run. Infield RBI single, Bristol Carter. So Auburn's batted twice, scored twice. Aggies trail 2-0 as they come to bat in the bottom of the second. It's Aggie baseball from Learfield. Student athletes have the resources to succeed at Texas A&M and beyond. Start your tradition of support today at 12manfoundation.com. As Jake Dewar leads off. Okay, now follow me.
Okay.
Jake Dewar.
All right.
We always say he reminds us of Jack Moss, and Brent Moss is here today.
Hey,
Jake's day. Yep.
there you go.
Jack Moss is dead.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Professional hitter, Jack.
Oh, my Lord.
Professional hitter,
No, we're
Jack
not
Moss.
supposed to say that about college players, but that's exactly
That's
what
what
he
he
was,
was.
Matt. Dewar the other way, foul. Jake was hitless in game 1, 0 for 3. 319 average for Dewar. 4 homers. He's driven in 39. Blake Binderup will be on deck, replacing Nico Partita in this lineup, and then Bear Harrison. Lefty, Marciano and Dewar. Infield plays to pull. The other way, foul. 0-2.
Marciano's going to be really, really tough on lefties for all the reasons. 4 pitches for location, left on left. He's way on the first base side of the rubber.
Dewar check swing. Did he go? No swing, says Jason Bradley, the third base umpire. 1-2.
Good call, Mr. Bradley. A&M's got a tough road. You're facing a great pitcher. Auburn's offense looks good. Big game to see what they're made of.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Aggie struck out 11 times in game 1. Alvarez, the complete game victory. That's the first for Marciano. Here's Blake Binder up. 347 is what Blake is batting. 6 homers, 23 driven in. And as we've always said about Blake, light tower power.
Yeah.
For this right-handed hitter.
Yeah. Yeah, when you got a guy with a 1200 OPS just off the bench, it says a lot about your depth.
Check swing up the first base line. Fielded Marciano, bare hands, and throws out Binder up. The excuse me swing. That brings up Bear Harrison. Bear was 1 for 2 in game 1. Zane Becker came in, but with that hit, extending his hitting streak to 7 games. And Bear has 10 hits in those 7 games. Also has 4 home runs, 7 driven in. 2 down, bases empty. Fastball up and away, 1 ball and no strikes.
I know when Hayden and I have been on, we talked a lot about momentum in a doubleheader, and just whoever grabs that first has a great shot. This almost doesn't even feel like a momentum got grabbed. It's just like the same grinding that Auburn's been doing.
Way outside, 2 balls, no strikes. His brother Kyle pitched against Washington today. A run on 7 hits, 5 strikeouts.
Okay.
6 innings of work.
That's not bad for my fantasy team. Is he in line for the win? Are they winning? This is serious. I'm in a dogfight.
2-0 to Bear. Foul tipped into the mitts of Frelick.
I think I'm only up like 5 points on my former roommate.
Oh.
And if I lose to him, I'm seeing him next week. If I lose to him, that's all I'm going to hear about all weekend. I'm up 20. Let's go. Come on.
2-1. Off the end of the bat, that is going to sail into the berm, right field side. 2-2.
Evan Berta, I know you're not listening to this because you're on a boat in upstate New York, but if you hear this and I win, you're not going to
hear? I was just
going
to
say, you are not going to forget about it. Oh, man. I think you won it all last year.
Once a competitor, always a competitor.
It never
right?
leaves.
It can't.
It never, ever leaves.
Milwaukee's up 4-1 in the 9th.
Let's go. Biggest Brewers fan ever.
By the way, how about that Sunday for the Harrison household?
What a Sunday.
Yeah, that was outstanding.
That was awesome.
2-2 to Bear. 2 down, bases empty. Up and in. He's another one, does not give at bats away.
I love him as a player, like profile.
Yeah.
And obviously he's one of my boys, so bias. But
yeah.
He's a dude that if I just had no concept of who he was as a person, I'd love him as a player. He does everything well.
Full count with 2 away. Off the end of the bat again. The other way, foul.
And I think when you look at like a modern catcher and what they have to do and what they are, Bear fits it. Like he walks, he slugs, he's really good at receiving, and he's got a cannon.
Yeah.
And he's hitting 291 in the SEC, which
and that's
pretty good.
It's not where he started.
Which is almost more impressive, the fact that it's gone up in this league.
And I dare say it's not where he's going to finish. 3-2. High and away, and he
There we
draws
go.
a walk. Just keeps on keeping on for Bear. The 33rd time he has walked. He's second only to Boston Counter on this team. He's been top 10 all season. First base runner for the Aggies is a 2-out walk to Bear.
What's cool about series like this for neutrals or even fans of both teams is like there are so many guys on field right now that you are going to see playing for your favorite team in 3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah.
And you're talking about Chris and where he'll get drafted. Like if you're an Angels fan or if you're a Rockies fan, they're kind of in like that 10 to 15 range.
Jordan Wilson down and away.
And get to know this guy.
You're going to have to wait on Jordan.
You have to wait.
But
we are going to keep him for a couple years.
Yeah.
But
there's going to be scouts for the next 3 years looking at him. Jordan hit a 2-run home run. He went oppo. for the 2-run home run in game 1. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball by Marciano. That is now 12 home runs for Jorian Wilson. 28 driven in.
I mean, that was the most impressive one of all, too. Dare I say more impressive than leaving the stadium at Florida.
His shot at Florida was Caglione-like.
Oh, man.
Right? Swing and a miss. Stays inside. Marciano ahead. A ball and 2 strikes.
While I was cleaning my house, listening to that broadcast on ESPN, and it was the Florida guys, and they were talking about how, you know, there's very few that have gotten it over the scoreboard.
Yeah.
I think Jorian, if it was over more, I think it would have cleared, no?
I agree. Absolutely. 1-2. Foul, first base side. Past Troy Claunch. He's in the first base coach's box. Cliff Pennington in the 3rd. I mean, Gavin going, and that's a high batter's eye in Florida, and he went over that one. And then Jorian said, wait a second, my turn.
Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Gavin's been getting the plaudits for basically 3 years. I want my turn. I want my limelight, dang it.
1-2 to Wilson. Jorian, that's a roller through the vacated third base. Backhanded. The infield single, Jorian Wilson.
Those are the best hits of all time. It's just called placing it, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good slider right off the end. A very impressive 65 miles an hour off the bat, and you got a hit.
Here's Travis Chestnut. First and second, 2 away. Heads up play in a lot of different ways. Guevara kept it on the infield. Marciano covered third, because if not, Bear was going to take an extra base. Missed away to Chestnut, but that's where you talk about Butch Thompson and this team being prepared. They're not going to give up 90 feet. You're going to have to earn it.
Every team in this league is super talented. Every team that really now in college baseball is how good it's gotten. But
Travis off speed, strike, 1-1.
The preparation aspect is hard to do.
Yeah.
And they have done a very good job these first, 9 innings now?
Yes. Yep. Having outscored the Aggies 20-5. The run rule in the 7 innings in game 1 and up 2-0. Chestnut fights that off to the right, 2-1. Now that was interesting because Bear had his lead and the second baseman Rembert moves towards second. Marciano was never looking. Like, why would you put yourself out of position like that?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Someone misses a play, but that one made no sense.
I don't know if that sets up something else for them, right?
Maybe.
Like a timing pick, but
2-1. Swing and a miss out in front of the change. So Chestnut strikes out. The Aggies strand 2. The walk to Harrison. The infield single by Wilson. They're left. Through 2. Auburn has a 2-0 lead on Texas A&M. It's Aggie baseball from Learfield. Nothing Auburn. Tigers bats in the top of the 3rd. 2-out home run by Chase Fralick in the 1st. RBI single Bristol Carter in the 2nd. And except for a scoreless 1st in game 1, Auburn has led every inning since.
Is that good?
Very good. On the road, even better.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do some, like, TikTok content, I guess, about college baseball. And Auburn's a team I've been high on all year, and they are proving me right.
Can they be wrong in this game and tomorrow? And then you can pick right back.
Yeah, just it's fine, guys. You have plenty more big games to be wrong, make me, look bad, and then make me look good again later.
0-1 to Guevara. Liner, Kellner, speared at shorts. You know what this feels like? And I know we still have a lot of series to go. This feels like Sorrell going 1 for 14 against Florida, right? Guevara is 1 for 7.
Oh, mercy.
Right? And you would think, oh, if he can hold Eric Guevara to 1 for 7,
yeah, he'd be great.
You've been outscored 20-5, and he's 1 for 7. the Yankees took the last. You kept getting Sorrell out, but nobody else last weekend at Gainesville. One down for Frelick. The solo home run his last time up into the Auburn bullpen in right. First pitch by Sims is down and in. 1 ball and no strikes.
Speaking of a guy that haven't been able to get out.
No.
I think for Auburn, too, their next 2 weekends are so tough.
Fouled into the net. I'm so used to saying Partita in on the grass at third, forgetting it's Gavin.
I hope it's all right.
Yeah, came out in the second inning. Now Gavin will move over towards short. Counter to the right of second. Chestnut, shallow right. Binder up. And I'm used to saying Grahovac deep at first.
Good catch.
We get into
it right.
We get into habits. 1-1 to left field the other way. Frelick has 2 home runs.
Again. Wow.
3-0 Auburn.
Great swing. Great swing. I was going to say before he fouled that pitch off that Auburn's next couple weekends are so tough that if they can get hot and win a series on the road for national seed purposes, they're going to absolutely try. And Chase Frelick is making that happen right now. What a weekend for that young man. Backside. This is not a bad pitch from Aiden Sims. He stays on it beautifully. That's a good swing and a huge run for Auburn.
That's the 12th home run he's surrendered. That's the 65th home run given up by Aggie pitchers. Shot to second. Chestnut knocks it down to the left side of second. Can't pick it up. Rembert aboard.
111.
This is as hard as I've seen balls hit off Aiden Sims.
Yeah, and I think to your point, he just hasn't looked as sharp with his command.
No, I said to you during the break, it doesn't look the same.
And I don't want to give myself credit here, but to my point, I think Auburn's also been all over it, and those 2 things combining right now is not the recipe for A&M.
Here's Chris Rembert.
No, this is...
I'm sorry, this is Bingaman. Rembert's at first. He just hit that ball. Never rely on a scoreboard.
Yeah, sorry, folks. Our scoreboard's behind. Well, it's hard on such a beautiful day here at Olson to, get the scoreboard updated because you're too busy taking in this just unbelievable scene.
0-1 to Bingaman. Skies this. Bear's going to come back. Throw the mask away. Make the grab. Right in front of the net.
Good play from the Bear, who's nimble back there. He's quick.
I don't know who took his slow start worse, him or you.
Me.
It was definitely you, wasn't it?
Me. Oh my gosh. Well, I help coach like a high school team every once in a while.
Yeah.
And I'm like, guys, it is way worse coaching because I can't fix it. Like I can't go in there and help. Right. As like a broadcast, I only can just look and tell you people what's going on.
Yeah.
Felt so bad.
Kellner still to the left field side of second base for Bub Terrell. Throw over.
I mean, Andrew, you weren't here, but that Oakland series when he was just smoking balls all over the place, they were getting caught. I mean, I am distraught up here. Just upset as all get out.
I could hear you like leaning, wishing
and
that
I
ball
was
down. 2 away for Terrell. Fly ball hit well.
Hit.
Left field. Dewar back towards the scoreboard. That's a 2-run home run. Aggie pitching continuing to get hammered. It's 5-0 Auburn.
Stop me if you've heard this before, but what a swing by an Auburn hitter. That was a fantastic swing by Bub Terrell. And all you hear in this stadium is War Eagle hay.
Unsustainable, partner.
Yep.
Unsustainable.
It's not even a bad pitch. Just looking at the video, I mean, it's a down and away fast or cutter. It comes back out on the outside half of the plate. It's just a great swing. And I wonder if someone from their base coaching has a tip on like Aggie pitching, because they had been all over some good pitches.
First pitch fastball to Brandon McCrane is a strike. 0-1.
We've talked about it, but on the grand scheme of things, for A&M to make it, it just cannot be like this on the mound.
No, the pitching has to be better.
Has to be.
0-1. McCrane, check swing. It's called a strike. 0-2.
And I think what this weekend highlights is you've really kind of, I don't want to say relied, but Aiden Sims has gotten you out of some jams in weekends by pitching great.
Yeah.
Aiden Sims is allowed to have a start or two where it isn't great, and you have to be able to combat that with somebody else.
Doesn't this have the Georgia feel of them just hammering homers?
Yeah, it does.
In that series?
It does.
In the first 2 games?
It does. I mean, in Georgia.
But there's no Sims on a Sunday.
No, which is tough. And Georgia, by all means, I would be shocked if they didn't make it to Omaha. But if you want to go, you got to beat teams that are going to get there.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Bear will complete the strikeout. Throwing to Bender up at first. Second strikeout for Sims. But Auburn, 2 home runs in that 3rd inning, 3 home runs in this game, and 6 in this doubleheader. Sims walks off the mound. Aggies trail 5-0 as they bat in the bottom of the 3rd. It's Aggie baseball from Learfield.
Every day, we answer the call to work when no one's watching. To wear maroon and white with pride. Your support gives us the opportunity to train, to compete, to chase championships, to live out our dreams. You are our foundation, and this is our opportunity.
So this entire weekend is dedicated to Mark's Army. It's the Mark Massey Legacy Foundation. Childhood cancer is what we're trying to beat the hell out of. Mark, elementary school, had that brain cancer, diffuse midline glioma. His family here. Once again, our thanks to Auburn as well. Butch Thompson and his squad apart wearing the Mark's Army t-shirts. They wore blue with the yellow, which was the original colors. First pitch swinging, counter, fly ball to rights. And the second leadoff man to swing at the first pitch and fly to rights. 1 down here in the 3rd. So all the money raised. This is Michael Early's cause, if you will. And every coach on this campus has a cause. This is Mike's because his son Marshall, very close friends with Mark. And I must say that our colleague Will Johnson, he has daughters as well, knew the Massey family as well. Huge cause for Will and Natalie and that family. Fastball away to Gavin Grahovac, 1 ball and no strikes. Marciano pitches with a 5-0 lead, but Michael was quick to say Butch was all aboard, having his team and the Massey family spoke to both squads.
Pretty awesome.
After the Aggies BP and before Auburn hits. Some things way bigger than baseball. Misses away with a change, 2 balls and no strikes. Gavin struck out. Excuse me, Gavin grounded out to Guevara at 3rd, his first time up.
Yeah, it's the coaching circle and the baseball circle is really small. To see that happen just shows, like, at the end of the day, like, we're all going to stop playing at some point. Good pitch. We're all going to stop playing.
I could be an Aggie, you could be a Tiger, you're a Stag, you know what?
Yeah, it doesn't, like,
childhood cancer's got to go.
It has,
what can we do to get rid of it?
Please and thank you. Just good for that staff, good for Auburn, good for A&M for putting this together. Really, really cool.
Gavin skies this to right. McCrain. He's got 2 putouts here in the 3rd.
All right, Jake, I'm going to say more nice things about you, and then please go back to not making me sound right. There are pitchers, and this is part of why I don't play anymore. There are pitchers that you come back to the dugout after every at-bat and go, oh, I was right on it. I was right on it, and then you're not. There are guys that just, the way it moves, the way they locate, they're just guys that you just feel like you're all over, and then you're walking back to the dugout. This guy is one of them, and that is one of the highest compliments I can give.
He's not going to win anything on a radar gun, right?
No.
But I will say to you, wasn't that Brad Rudis? Wasn't that Evan Aschenbach? They're not going to win, but they're going to outpitch you, right? And you're shaking your head, as you say, going back.
You know how many good starters in the big leagues are like 90, 93,
Yeah.
and just can do that? Nice pitch.
Caden fouls that off his front foot. But as I say that, when you see 95 consistently, now 91 with movement, or the 3-pitch mix, or at times a 4-pitch mix, yeah, advantage pitcher.
I sound disgusted because I am. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, it's like, it almost reminds me of, gosh, when Andrew Abbott on Cincinnati is like going, like when he had his all-star year, it reminds me a lot of that. Like just good fastball, but you're not going to touch any of the off-speeds.
1-1. Caden drills this to right field, headed towards section 12. So long, baby! Caden Sorrell with his 21st of the season, number 44 for his career. 5-1 Auburn.
Well, Jake Marciano will probably be a big leaguer one day, as will Caden Sorrell. And sometimes you get tagged. And Caden Sorrell, a majestic shot into section 12, 108. Just a hanging slider. Thank you very much. I'll take my 21st. And yes, fan out in section 12 that drops this catch, I am going to point you out. We just have to make a play there. We just have to.
All alone at number 5. He just passed Mike Scanlon. They were tied with 43. Caden with his 44th career home run. 5th all alone. Change up and away to Hakopian, who popped out to the first baseman Bingaman. His first time up.
When you're top 5 in homers at a place like this, you've done something right. Good for Caden.
1-0. That's a liner to right. All 3 putouts in that 3rd inning. The right fielder, McCrain, who also saw Sorrell's home run sail over him and into section 12. Caden Sorrell with his 21st home run of the season puts the Aggies on the board. Through 3, Auburn has a 5-1 lead on Texas A&M. This Aggie baseball from Learfield. Texas A&M. Our thanks to Calvetti Ferguson for their sponsorship of this weekend series with Auburn and for their support of Aggie baseball. Calvetti Ferguson, advising beyond accounting and proud partner of Texas A&M athletics. 5-1, Auburn bats top of the 4th. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification along the Texas A&M Sports Network. You bet. Left-handed hitting Eddie Madrigal, the DH in this Auburn lineup, leads off against Aiden Sims. 3 on the right side. Grahovac in that 5-6 hole on the left side. Kellner to the right of second, and a check swing, foul just shy of the Aggie dugout. Third base side, 0-1.
Kyle Harrison did earn the win.
You got the win?
So
You got bragging rights?
well, don't.
Oh, okay.
We're not there yet.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. You're forgiven.
0-1. Change low. So the bottom third of the lineup for Auburn in game one of the doubleheader went 7 for 13, 7 RBIs, 7 runs scored.
Yeah, it's gonna work.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna work.
1-1. Ties him up inside, fouls that off. Good movement. Now Grahovac to the right of second base, and Kellner to short.
Is there a part of this infield that Gavin hasn't touched in his career? No, right?
It's a great question.
I feel like he's got it all by now.
Yeah. 1-2. Got him. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
There's that sweeper and finally buried it on that back foot. That right-handed big breaking ball to lefties can work if you bury it right there, and Sims able to do it that time. Good pitch.
Because you can't really get hurt by that pitch, right? It's a pitcher's pitch.
Well, you can.
Depending, right?
But if you leave it about 4 inches up,
That's the key, right?
Chase Fralick puts it in the bullpen. Yeah, no, you're right. In that count, in that situation, if you spike it and he doesn't swing, so what? Big deal.
Bristol Carter. Up and in with a fastball, pushes him off the plate. That goes to the backstop after Bear got a piece. Carter, infield single and an RBI in the second. 1 in the first, 2 in the second. Excuse me, 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third. 5-1 Auburn lead opening the fourth. The 1-0. Back up the middle, but Chestnut is there. On 2 hops to Binder up. 2 away.
Good swing, nice play from Mr. Chestnut.
You wonder why teams shift.
It works. Data's not wrong.
It's funny because it's not a hunch.
No, it's, hey, this is what it is.
You compile all this info of where this, like Bristol Carter in that situation where he where
hits the
is
ball right there a lot. So let's put a guy there.
There's Mason McCrane, 3 on the right side. Gavin stays on the left side. Gavin in for Nico Partita, left in the second inning with an injury. A ground ball that went through his legs, and that left leg kind of kicked out, and he did a little bit of a split. We'll know more after this one and before our game tomorrow. Change low. 2 balls and no strikes to Mason McCrane, who's 0 for 2. The first of 3 strikeouts for Aiden Sims. He also lined out to Jake Dewar. Slightly open stance from the left side. 2 down. Base is empty. 2-0. Lined just past a diving Binder up. Jorian goes into the corner. 2 for McCrane, and he stops.
Another
2-out double.
Another hard hit ball for the Tigers. Carter hit his at 101 at Chestnut, and that was 107 down the line for McCrane. So whether Sims just isn't as sharp or they got a tell on him or something, Auburn has been all over it, and it has shown early.
4 for 7 with 2 outs.
It's just unsustainable. Keep saying it, but it is.
Again, I hope like 22. I'm saying it in Omaha, but
Got to get there.
yeah, here's Guevara. 2 down. The 2-out double by McCrane. Chopped foul at the plates.
It's kind of, for Guevara, it's like if you put Tony Batista's body position with like Ronald Acuna's hands, where they're like so low and like relaxed, and then meshed it.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty cool.
That's as open a stance as you'll see.
It's kind of awesome.
Yeah, I love it. I'm hoping that there's a young Tiger fan is imitating him.
You know someone's in the backyard right now.
You
Like,
know it.
Mom,
I'm Guevara.
How
They
do I
start
look?
fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Guevara.
No. I'm Guevara.
I actually heard that in my neighborhood
Did
a
you
couple
actually?
years ago. Yeah, they were fighting who was Jason, who was Braden.
That's funny.
Yeah. You were Braden last time. Up and in. 2 balls, 1 strike. I need to tell those two that
Yes, you
there was ball being played in someone's backyard. Like, no, I'm Jace Laviolette. No, I'm Jace. You were Jace last time. Okay, I'll be Braden. No, I want to be Braden. You know what I mean?
That's funny.
2-1 to Guevara. McCrane at second after his 2-out double. Breaking ball strike. 2-2.
It's a testament to how big baseball's gotten, especially around here.
Yep.
kid in Auburn, Alabama right now. Him and his brother are fighting of who is Eric Guevara, who is
Okay, I'm Sonny Bichara.
Freilich. Yeah, I don't know. I want to be Sonny D this time. Gosh, what a player.
2-2 from Sims. Got him, swing and a miss, struck him out. I don't know who's more fired up. I think Bear Harrison behind the plate as Aiden makes that pitch. As strikeout number 4, the second of the 4th inning for Aiden Simmons, getting Guevara to swing and miss. Scoreless, top of the 4th, runner left at second. Aggies bat bottom of the 4th, down 5-1. It's Aggie baseball from Learfield. A&M Athletics to offer its members free tickets to Aggie baseball games. Visit TexasFarmBureau.org/sports to learn more and become a member today. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, proud to support Aggie baseball. So we've referenced all these former Aggies. I need to tell you that my partner for football, the two-sport All-American Dave Elmendorf, is with us in the booth.
Legend.
That legend is right. You talk Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Aggie athletes.
Sorry you're stuck with me.
And I mentioned earlier today, I got a text from, it's a photo of John Sheshik, Jason Tyner, and John's fantastic son, Samuel. Bouncing ball doer, foul, wide of first. A couple All-Americans.
Not a
Tyner,
bad
the
group.
Minnesota Twin.
Not a bad group.
They're now coaching their sons. Tyner's been on the air, but we have to go from like a 7-second to a 15-second delay. When Tyner's on.
That's funny.
0-1, down and away to Dewar. He said, we're going to be there for Mississippi State. I said, Jason, I got to check in with the FCC. He goes, I think I'm off probation.
Oh, boy.
1-1 to Dewar. Down and away, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Is that Will Johnson learning what the PA booth does over there? I'm like almost positive. That's awesome.
Is he over there?
I think so. He's got the headset on. They're showing him something.
Everything's about to go haywire. Dewar back up the middle. That's where the shortstop is, to the left of second base. And that ball actually hits off the mound. So nicely done by McCrane, the shortstop, retiring Dewar, who's hitless in this doubleheader.
Yeah, jokes about Will trying to learn PA before Banana Ball turns College Station into a party. That's a really nice play by McCrane. 105 off the mound like that, off a short hop. I think Auburn, too, not to keep saying really nice things about Auburn, but I am. They played really good defense these first 2 games. And plays like that, again, don't show up. Those are really difficult plays.
Agreed.
They look easy.
1 down for Blake Binderup at first base when Gavin Grohovac went to third to replace Nico Partita. First pitch swinging, and he fouls it out of play. Check swing, roller up the first base line, his first time up. Blake's 20th game of the season. He's made 13 starts. 6 homers, 3 doubles. 0-1. Out in front, and he lifts that over the Aggie dugout. Guevara and Freilich give a look, and McCrane comes over, but all in vain as it catches the overhang. No ball, 2 strike count to Blake Binderup.
I think for Marciano, it's really a question of what he wants to throw. He's got the whole tool bag at his disposal, as my old Little League coach would say.
It's a good phrase.
I've never heard it, and I didn't think it
Oh,
worked.
really?
But I like it. Yeah, I like it.
0-2 change low, 1-2.
Good pitch.
Once again, a reminder, Auburn has its entire bullpen because Alvarez went all 7 innings in game 1 to get the victory.
And they have a young left-handed arm that is pretty good, just waiting. So
1-2. Up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Blake Binderup.
Of course, the Auburn fans will know that I'm referencing Jackson Sanders. But for those that maybe don't follow Auburn baseball very closely, he's a former weekend starter that they bumped to the pen for some juice out of the pen, and boy, has he been good.
2-2. Check swing. Did he go? Nope. On appeal to first base umpire Kevin Sweeney, who will have the plate tomorrow.
Good pitch, good call, good hold. So if Kevin can just continue being that good behind the plate, we'll be good. Be great. One can only hope.
Count full to Binderup. 1 down. Bases empty. Aggies trail 5-1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Oh, got him. Fastball on the inner half. Strikeout number 3 for Marciano. 2 down here in the 4th.
Well, I referenced the whole tool bag, and one of the things about having that all ready is you can sneak fastballs by hitters like that. You ever get struck out by an inside heater like that, you just tip your cap, because that's a really good pitch, especially when he has that many good off speeds behind it. It's tough to deal with.
It's now 85 strikeouts as he's working in his 65th inning.
Just absurd. That's an absurd ratio. You get 1 per inning, that's like, okay, pretty good. 1.2 is pretty good. What he is doing is nuts.
Pitch misses away to Bear. 1 ball and no strikes. Bear drew a walk his first time up.
You notice Frelick held it a little longer, and that's the very subtle, not so subtle way of saying, hey, I think this is a strike. Mr. Steve Mattingly.
Can I get you to change your mind?
Yeah. Can we talk about it?
1-0. That's over for a strike.
Good pitch.
Troy was talking about how you present it, and it's all with, the low pitch you come up. And the high pitch. He said, he said the thumb is the key.
I've always had
he said it may not get it in the early steering wheel.
Yeah,
I like that.
Like that, and then you kind of have this going down.
Down and away, 2-1. He said, and you present it, and you may not get in the first and second, but if you keep presenting that to the umpire, he said there's almost a cumulative effect that comes into play.
That's true. Yeah.
And he says that's where Bear really is excelling.
Yep, and he is.
2-1 to Bear. Off the end of the bat, but that's going to dunk into center field. Now an 8-game inning streak for Bear Harrison. You know what? For every atom ball
just
that he hit in the beginning.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Good for Bear.
So many times early in the year, I'm like, oh my gosh, how does that not fall down? And now it's like, hey, sweet. Nice job, Bear. It's a missile up the middle in the books.
Yep.
Sure. Yeah, just to finish the point on Bears receiving, part of like the data, I want to say influx, overflow. I'll call it overflow.
Yeah.
Is the catchers get reports on how many strikes they turn in the balls, and then the ones they call it
winning
shadow.
The pitch. Yeah,
or the fringe. Bear is like unbelievable on the fringe.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets like literally 90%.
Well, Troy Claunch was saying that the goal is to win 5 of those.
Yep.
And when you think about it, 5 strikes is almost 2 outs, and you only get 27 of them.
And 2 matters.
Yes.
Yeah, there was one game last year where he got like 11.
Really?
12. And I was like, dude.
Yeah. But if we were talking about pitchers who are around the plate, that catcher that presents it like that will also get rewarded. 2 away for Wilson. Fastball just off the plates, maybe a baseball wide. 1-0 to the left-handed hitting Wilson.
I mean, this is a zone that's pretty like letter of the law. This has been good and very like succinct. There's not a lot of, hey, I'll give a little here and there. Right. It's been pretty tight.
1-0. Down and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Frelick had gone out to talk to Marciano, the first visit for Auburn. Wilson rolled a single through the left side. I mean, Wilson blistered a ball to the left. That's how it looks in the box score. 2-0. Takes ball 3.
3-0 count. I can't believe it.
We think Alvarez had 1.
Yes.
In the first game of the doubleheader. Yes. This is Marciano's first.
Are we going to see historic walk number 10 here?
How about the 4-pitch walk to Wilson? I would dare say early in the season he may have chased one of those earlier pitches.
Yep, I agree.
Here's Travis Chestnut, who bats with 2 on, 2 out once again.
Okay, I have a serious question about ball 5. Are they going to do that tonight at the Banana
They better.
Game?
Oh, if they don't.
102,000 people ball fiving a Savannah Banana?
That would be a missed opportunity.
We need
if
to
they
see
do
that. They should do it on purpose.
I agree.
5 free wings, courtesy of Cluckers. Scan the QR code right now.
Visit to the mound.
And I don't think it's going to be much here. It's, hey, man, you're feeling great. You've done all the things right. I know you just walked your first guy in what's probably been like a month. Don't worry about it. Let's just get back on the horse and go get him. You're fine.
Everett Tiford is out there. Look, if you think Matt's kidding. 2 walks against Oklahoma, 0 against Florida, 0 against Kentucky, 1 against Arkansas.
Yeah, 3 walks in a month. My expert analysis, as I kind of jokingly say, that's absurd. That shouldn't be real. And that's pretty darn good. You can write that down for those of you listening.
So Marciano facing his first ball, 5-10. Here's Travis Chestnut. Struck out to leave Bear and Jurian on base in the second inning. Bears off second, Jurian at first. Marciano and Chestnut. Down and in.
Also the first time this crowd's been able to get into it a little bit.
Yep. At the belt for a strike.
The best is the cheer after. Yeah, it's the best part.
Yeah. It's almost like getting a medal for participating.
Hey, you threw a strike as a pitcher. Congrats.
1-1 to Chestnut. Upstairs, 2-1.
Good leave. That's a really good leave. Marciano's had that inside corner, and he's kind of looking at home plate umpire Sean Mattingly going, hey, are we going to keep that a ball? And my answer is probably yes. It's a good leave.
Bear singled. Jurian walked. Chestnut down the right field line. This is trouble. Bear will score. Jurian being sent home by Cliff Pennington. Chestnut's going for 3. It's 5-3. The 2-run double by Chestnuts. If anybody can ignite this team, it's Travis.
Leave it up to number 4. Great swing, shoots the ball down the line, then just watch him run. A&M's right back in this thing, and this crowd is finally alive again here on the corner of Bush and Olsen.
This time the Aggies striking with 2 outs.
Huge, absolutely huge. That's what this offense has done all year. I mean, the question has never been, what can this offense do? Take a look at this swing here from Travis Chestnut. Great balance, stays behind this ball, not trying to do too much, just lets it happen, and then you look at him go. That boy can fly, mercy. And a pitch clock violation. Oh, wow.
On Marciano, it's 1-0 to Boston Kellner.
Well, you know, the Auburn team was like playing the ball 5 stuff at their practice to try and simulate. I don't think you can simulate this.
Here's Kellner. Up high.
I had one of my buddies at Fairfield play here his freshman year at Fordham. He said this place was suffocating, and I would agree.
Over for a strike, 1-1 to Boston. Looking for his first hit in this doubleheader. 0 for 3 in game 1. Fly to right, his first time up. He's got Chestnut at third, the 2-run triple. 5-3 Auburn. Here in the 4th. Swing and a miss. Two ball, 2 strike count to Kellner. Chestnut off third, 2 away, 2-2. Up high, 3-2.
Talk about big pitches in games, big moments in games. Here's one. Got Gavin Grahovac on deck. In a big situation. It's the first time Marciano has really been got to so far.
Kellner spoils, gets another. I told you Marciano coming in with the 2.04 ERA. It's 2.5 in SEC play.
Jeez.
5-3. Chestnut at third after the 2-run triple. 3-2 to Kellner. Fouled, and that goes off the mask of Fralick.
Great AB so far from Boston. Marciano knows that he can't be cute again with Gavin on deck. You never want to get him up with 2 guys on. So I would imagine he's going to stay aggressive here. Give Boston at least a chance to put a ball in play and see what happens.
It is about this time, is it not, the 4th? You know what your best pitch is in an arsenal?
Yeah, unfortunately for the Aggies, Marciano has 3 best pitches in the arsenal.
Chestnut off third, 2 away. 2-run triple cuts the Auburn lead 5-3. 3-2 to Kellner. High and away, ball 4. Grahovac bats with runners at the corners, 2 away.
Just a huge at-bat by Boston Kellner, and I think especially earlier in the year, people were wondering why he hits 9th. It's because when he has at-bats like that to turn it over to the top half of this lineup, that's so valuable for this offense. Now, you have 2 of the best players in the country hitting it on deck, trying to get A&M the lead back in this game.
Marciano had not walked 3 batters in an outing until today.
Aggie offense, what they do.
1st and 3rd, 2 away for Grahovac. Down and in, pushing Gavin off the plate, 1-0.
Sweeper that he just tried to steal a strike with. Now you're down 1-0. And you got to really be careful about how you go about attacking Gavin Grahovac.
1-0. That drives this to left field. And a running, diving catch to left by Bub Terrell, who remains down in left. I don't know if he fell on that wrist, but he remains down, and his teammates will run out to make sure he is okay. He has not yet gotten up in the left field, Bub Terrell.
I thought I saw him grab his knee.
Did you?
I don't think it. I think I'm wrong.
Okay.
I thought
I thought it was possible as he ball kind of died, stumbled, makes a terrific catch.
Gavin
Saving at least a run. It's
Gavin hit it hard. He top spun
Texas A&M is challenging the catch.
Well, this is now going to have to be a Hawkeye camera review because
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's going to be the best view for that. It's called a catch, and is there enough to overturn? But it's a Thornton McFerrin Coaching Academy. Butch Thompson could care less at the moment. He's caring about his left fielder, Bub Terrell.
Unless you have a camera on the top of the foul pole.
Yeah.
He's getting up.
Yeah.
Albeit gingerly, but he's on his feet.
Yeah.
It just it almost was one of those that kind of tumbles, and he can't get a good read on those anyway. And I just think it took a dive on him so late that he couldn't get his feet under him right.
Gingerly coming off the field.
Okay,
Yeah.
he's waving.
Yeah.
Okay. Tough as an ox. I like that.
So Thornton McFerrin Coaching Academy review. It'll be interesting how this will be referred to. The call on the field is a catch, and if it's upheld or stands or they just may say it's an out.
And that call on the field, as we've talked about, matters.
That's the
so
most
much.
important. Yep.
Got to be indisputable.
Yeah.
Well, Terrell's tried to walk off, and now he's slowed up again. I hope he's okay.
Nico Partitas left this game for the Aggies, and now Bub Terrell, after making that what's called a catch on the field, he has yet to leave left field and get to the infield. Aggies have challenged the call of catch for the 3rd and final out. Auburn must stay on the field. Here's word.
After replay, the call on the field is out. Catch. Texas A&M has 1 challenge remaining.
We'll never know if it's confirmed or nothing to overturn. Either way, it's an out. Grahovac retired, but the Aggies strike for 2 in the bottom of the 4th. The 2-out, 2-run triple by Travis Chestnut, scoring Bear Harrison and Jorian Wilson. We go to the 5th. 5-3, Auburn leads Texas A&M. This is Aggie baseball from Learfield.
To the massive family, I'm so blessed to have the chance to be involved. It's inspiring me and so many others. I'm so glad we get to celebrate his legacy here today with everyone around. Beat the hell out of D&G and beat the hell out of all. Gator.
is the Auburn lead on Texas A&M. Along with Matt Bergevin, I'm Andrew Monaco. You always talk about key pitches or key at-bats. This becomes a key half inning for Aiden Sims and the Aggies, doesn't it?
You keep taking the words right out of my mouth, which is great. I was going to say a 0 here for Aiden Sims would be humongous. Even if Auburn only gets 1, doesn't get all those runs back, just for them to get a run would feel huge on the momentum side of things. So it's a big lockdown inning for Aiden Sims and the Aggies for sure.
But it's 3-4-5 for Auburn. He has yet to retire Chase Fralick, who has homered down the right field line and into the Auburn bullpen, and he's gone oppo. 2 for 2, 2 homers, 3 home runs on the day, 5 driven in for Fralick. 3 on the right side. Grahovac, who's playing third for Nico Partita, over towards the hole. Kellner to the right side. Travis in shallow right. Bender up deep at first, and the first pitch breaking ball in the outside corner for a strike. Pitch number 67 for Aiden Sims.
Not only do you have Fralick, who's obviously done his damage, but Rembert's hit some balls hard.
Yeah.
Bingaman, it's a tough part.
Down and in, bounces up there, ball and a strike. Bender up at first when Grahovac moved from first to third, replacing the injured Partita in the second inning. Third base side of the rubber for Sims. Open stands for Fralick from the left side. 1-1. Down. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Good job by Fralick getting himself into a plus count. Sims, I am no genius for saying this, has to be careful.
Gavin moves a tad deeper, and in that hole, it's short. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Now Gavin will go to the right of second, counter to short, vacating third. Chestnut stays in shallow rights.
I don't think Chase was trying to shoot the ball the other way there. Just don't think that was the goal.
Sims sends a 2-2 home. Down and away. 3-2.
I think you talked about Sims looking different than other starts, and I think it's because some of these put-away pitches just haven't been competitive. That being an example. It just wasn't competitive enough for Fralick to think about.
Rolled through vacated third. He's 3 for 3.
Talk a lot about professional baseball players, or future professional baseball players, I should say, that are on this field, and that is one of them, simply because you go pull side homer, you go backside homer, and then you have the humility and the skill to go, nope, I'm going to take my 4-hopper through the vacated left side, and I'm going to stand on first. There's not a lot of hitters that would do that. A lot of guys would try and do it again.
Right.
Sometimes the game just doesn't
3
call for
home
it.
runs is more than 2.
I want another one. No, 3 hits is more than 2. Let's get that.
Here's Rembert. Righty. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Chris Rembert 1 for 2. Singleton scored in the 3-run third. He was aboard on the 2-run home run by Bub Terrell. 0-1. Roller, Kellner, flip, Chestnut, Uno, return. Dos Equis double play turned by the Aggies.
And the seamless marketing comes back into play. Pitch's best friend, good slider. And that is about as tailor-made as you can get. Nice turn. Kellner to Chestnut to Bender up, and the Aggies are an out away from a massive 0.
It's today's first Dos Equis double play, and no matter where you're watching this baseball season, be sure to buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis. Gigamags. Stay thirsty, my friends. Here's Bingaman. Down and away. 1 ball and no strikes.
So Bub Terrell has emerged. He is on the on-deck circle, so.
Oh, he's going to hit now.
He must be all right. Well, you know.
I'm going to get my at-bat. Here's the 1-0. Skied into center field, and that is where fly balls go to die above the Lone Star logo in center. Sorrell. It's a 0, partner.
It's a big one for A&M.
Unrained Whiskey, bottom of the 5th. Next. Oh, and that guy's leading off. Caden Sorrell. Aggies trail 5-3. It's Aggie baseball from Learfield. Champion Dewar for the Aggies. Caden Sorrell homered his last time up. 21st of the season. 44th of his career. 5th all time. Now imagine.
Here we go.
He didn't have half a year last year.
I mean,
Just imagine
still hit 13.
if he was the left fielder. Had that upperclassman shot just
who's that
squashing
guy?
Sorrell's hopes.
Who is that guy? I think the best part about that is Schott has routinely said, why the heck did you guys not play him in left earlier? I get me hitting, but me in left? I think that's the best part of it.
First pitch fastball belt high from Marciano. 3 on the right side for Auburn. Moving Guevara from third to short. To the right side of second is the shortstop McCrane. Shallow right is Rembert. Missed outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, back-to-back fastballs to Sorrell. 44 home runs, breaks the tie with Mike Scanlon, so all alone number 5 is Caden Sorrell. Lefty-lefty against Marciano. Leading off the Unrain Whiskey, bottom of the 5th. Lays off, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Good take on a big slow breaker, but a good one for Marciano. That is, I would have swung. I'll say it. And missed.
2-1 offering. Not close. 3-1, way outside.
Tough place to be if you are Jake Marciano, who has not been behind hitters a lot this year.
3-1 to Caden Sorrell, leading off the Unrain Whiskey, bottom of the 5th. Aggies trail 5-3. The other way down the left field line, that is slicing towards the Aggie bullpen. Terrell looks good.
I'm about to say,
right?
You keep doing it, but he looked good running over there. That was nice. Okay, good. Good, he's okay. It's always good to see young talent just play, you know, and he's a sophomore and he's going to get drafted. He'll do all the things.
This is not an old veteran team.
No, it's not.
That's what's exciting for Auburn.
I almost think that helps them sometimes. Just kind of like, oh, we're just going to play. Like, we don't care that this is Olsen Field. We don't care that we're number 8 in the country. We're just going to play.
3-2 to Sorrell. Just gets a piece. He was out in front of that. Fouled straight back.
That was a weird. So I'm sure the shadows have a lot to do with it because they're coming in, but that was weird. He's out ahead of a fastball.
So there is now the batter is in shadow while Marciano is in sun.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if these next 2 innings are, you know, firework-laden innings. But hey, I have been wrong before.
3-2 again. Out in front, swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Front door sweeper from Marciano. You got to get Sorrell out in creative ways. That is one of them. You don't see that a lot left on left, but a good pitch. And that is a tough guy to get out.
1 away. Here's Chris Hakopian.
Good pitch.
That's true trust in a pitch, isn't it?
Yeah. And I mean, as a pitching coach calling that, you look at the guy in the mound, you're like, all right, I know he's going to make this pitch.
I know you can throw it, but that's a special hitter.
Yeah.
You have to throw it too.
Sometimes you just got to put the best stuff out there and go, maybe.
Hakopian takes a pitch away. 1 ball and no strikes. Chris is 0 for 2. Came in on a 7-game hitting streak. Back above 300. 1-0. Lined into right center field. Stays in the air for McCrane.
Just got in on him enough to let that ball get up in the air. Didn't let his barrel get out and really like snap at it enough to like hit a liner out there. That's a good pitch. And he uses that fastball well. It's not elite velo. We've talked about it, but he knows where to put it. He knows how to sequence it. And that's plenty good for a guy like this.
So he gets to wear the single number? The single digit?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
I'd say he's earned it.
Here's Jake Dewar, 0 for 2 here in game 2 of the doubleheader. Smothers that to the Auburn on deck circle, first base set.
I would say proof of that is he probably doesn't ever have to ask anybody for it. It was like, hey, that 4 is mine, thanks, right? Like this is my number.
Then it becomes the old, okay, whoever wears it next,
yeah,
better be worthy.
That's when it gets really like, oh boy, you're number 4 after him.
roller off the end of the bat to second base. Rembert fields and throws, and the Aggies are retired in order as the teams trade zeros in the 5th. 6th innings next. Auburn carries a 5-3 lead into the 6th. It's Aggie baseball from Learfield. It's 5 innings, 5 runs, 3 earned, 7 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 78 pitches for Sims. 50 of them were strikes. So one 8-game winner hands the ball to another 8-game winner, and that's Gavin Lyons for Texas A&M. Gavin 8-0 with a 4.35 ERA. Appearance number 21, the 18th in relief for Lyons. 13 walks and 41 strikeouts in just under 50 innings.
Almost said my fellow Connecticutan, even though I am not, but having spent time there, he knows a couple things. He knows how to get ground ball outs. He's really good at that. He knows how to live around the strike zone, not a lot of walks in basically 50 innings, and he knows what pizza in Connecticut is the best, Frank Pepe's.
Frank Pepe's.
So the kid is all right in my book.
Yeah, it's important.
He's a guy that A&M was really excited to get when the coaching change happened. He was committed to that school down the road, and they've been really happy to have him these past 2 years. He's really embodied the A&M's, side of things, and has been really good on the mound for A&M, especially this year as kind of a longer guy to get to Clayton Freshcorn, as we talked about last game.
Yeah, he came with Caleb Longley.
Yep.
Right, Caleb had seen him.
Yep.
In those area code games.
Yep.
Michael was saying that before that, he was going to Southeastern Louisiana. That was basically the only place that had him, right?
Gavin Lyons was going to go to no.
Because no one was, before he was noticed. Once he was noticed, then everybody jumped on. He did not have any looks. First pitch swinging into center field. Caden Sorrell, 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 outs here in the 6th.
First of all, great swing from Bub Terrell. Second of all, he had a Northeastern offer that I'm sure he would have taken. Just being closer to home and Northeastern being a great.
But then Texas jumped on, then other people, and then. But Michael was saying, like, you're watching the area code games, and you go basically and see your guys that are coming to your school, but the scouts are there looking at everybody. When he started to throw,
I was like, whoa.
Michael said everybody started to throw. Because of where the delivery comes from.
They can get up to 94. It's good juice.
There's a fastball for a strike.
He'll live in like that 90 to 92 range and throw his sweeper and change up off it. But if he needs to run it up, he's been up to 4 to 5, which is so weird from way down there.
And as Michael said, he goes, we tried sitting him. Nope. He's actually more effective the more you throw him.
Yep. There's something about those guys that just, I don't know if it's like physically, it's just easier for their arms to go. I don't know what it is, but.
The 0-2 to Brandon McCrane. Down and away.
And he'll be very fastball reliant. I mean, he'll throw
which he wasn't early.
No.
Right?
That's
That's been kind of a change midstream. Relying on that fastball.
It's been a good one.
Ooh, not sure where that pitch was.
Can I be unbiased?
Sure.
I think it was out.
2-2.
That's just me.
Okay.
Nobody get on me, please.
Sometimes you fool an umpire, too. Here's a 2-2 pitch. That's a chopper to the left side. Grahovac charging. Fields left to the mound. Can't get control. But he was going to go behind his back.
Would have been unbelievable. I don't put it past him.
Infield
Yeah, it's
single.
tough. That's tough. You've been playing first all year. And even though you've been taking ground balls at third, you've been doing the whole thing at third, just to snap back into it and go, hey, make a play on the run right now is tough. But that's what Gavin's going to do. He's going to get, Gavin Lyons is going to do. He's going to get a lot of ground balls.
Yeah. Aggies have already turned one. Dos Equis double play. Here's Eddie Madrigal. 0 for 2, fielder's choice, and one of the 4 strikeouts for Aiden Sims. First base side of the rubber for Lyons. There goes the runner, first pitch. Ground ball, Binderup touches first, putting the runner in motion. McCrane's at second with 2 away.
Everybody clap your hands.
Nice play by Blake.
Yep.
Not an easy one to snag.
Check it out.
You know that. You go from holding on, now you have to get into fielding position.
It's a lot. I never liked it.
No?
I had to force myself to.
Did you really?
I know, I hated it.
2 down for Bristol Carter, runner at second. Gavin even with the bag at third. Fastball below the knees. One ball, no strikes.
I played third and right
Yeah.
a lot, and then
Yeah.
I got to Fairfield. They made me a first baseman, and I could not catch a cold that first fall. I mean, it is hard to play first base.
1-0 from Gavin. Right down the heart, 1-1. Which is odd, Matt, because most people are thinking, just put him at first, right?
No. What's that Moneyball line? Tell them how you play first, Ron. You know, how hard is it to play first? It's incredibly hard, you know, when they got at Scott Hatteberg's kitchen.
1-1. Below the knees, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Good leave. Bear's doing a nice job. He's getting us fooled.
Bristol Carter, an infield single in the second. Drove in a run, gave Auburn a 2-0 lead at the time. It's 5-3 Auburn, 2 down, runner at second. 2-1. Good pitch by Lyons, 2-2.
Thing has so much run back over the heart of the play. That's 23 round up, 24 inches of break. That's 2 feet of break on a fastball coming back.
Coming back onto the righty, right?
That's just, no thanks.
2-2. Just away.
Try it again.
Count full.
Yeah, there are reasons I'm up here, and that's one of them. Fastballs that move 2 feet. No thanks.
Has nothing to do with running out of eligibility.
What? No. What are you talking about?
Count full to Bristol Carter. Runner at second, 2 away. Pitch from Lyons. Came in on him and he fights it off to the left. Count remains 3-2.
Good pitch. The only problem with Bristol Carter is even if you get him to, hit a ground ball, he's so fast that if it's slow, it's not a guaranteed thing. Especially with no force out, with only the runner on second.
That runner is McCrane.
Hello, Train.
3-2. Back up the cleared by Lyons in the underhand toss.
Well, you can get a guy out if the pitcher catches it, right? Nice play by Gavin Lyons.
Runner left. Right back up the middle, but Gavin Lyons. 5th infielder. Underhand toss to Binderup. Aggies come to bat, bottom of the 6th, trailing 5-3. It's Aggie baseball, Learfield. Please drink responsibly. Bottom of the 6th, Auburn the 5-3 lead on Texas A&M. Auburn run ruled the Aggies in game 1 of this doubleheader 18-5. And Blake Binderup. leads off. He's 0 for 2 against Marciano. Check swing roller up the first base line, and he took a called third strike.
His body's in motion in that Auburn pen. They're not really in any sort of hurry, but they're up.
So will be pitch number 86 for Marciano. It misses way outside and all the way to the backstop.
Just a bit outside. Tried the corner and missed. One of the best movies of all time.
Maybe it'll get a little more urgent in the bullpen.
No, I'm about to say, fellas, let's speed it up here.
There's the 1-0. High and away, 2 balls, no strikes.
I think all things considered, if I could sit down with my former head coach and go, hey, Coach Earl, you have got Marciano to 87 now pitches and 3 runs through 5.
Yeah.
He'd be like, all right,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
2-0. Swing and a miss. 2-1.
And that is
Jackson Sanders in that bullpen.
do my homework.
Yeah. Yep. Former weekend starter.
I told the good people in Section 12 and 203 to be nice because his parents were so nice. I don't think they're going to listen, but
2-1 change is low. 3-1.
by the way, I said one thing about Gavin liking the right kind of pizza. I had like 7 texts saying, no, not that one, the other one.
Where are they going? Sally's?
Sally's, Colony,
Oh.
Naughty Dolphin. Pizza's a big deal in Connecticut.
I
man.
know.
It's all
but
they got.
Still a Frank Pepe guy.
I'm always going to be on the Frank
Yeah.
Pepe. Only the New Haven
Yeah.
one, though. Well,
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
3-2 to Blake Binderup. That is lined past Cliff Pennington in the third base coach's box.
To all the Texans listening, you know how, defensive we get over barbecue in this great state? Well, in Connecticut, that's pizza.
Yeah.
Right? It's the same level of care and maybe irrational defense.
Yeah. Let's be honest, pizza's serious. 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out for the second time. There's Bear Harrison, who has walked and singled, extending a hitting streak to 8 games. It's now 11 hits in his last 8.
Located fastball sometimes is the best pitch in this game. You don't have to make it too complicated. That was a really good one from Marciano.
And really, when that pitch is working, every other pitch works.
Good
if
luck.
It doesn't work, right, it's a lot tougher, isn't it?
It is. And you can still do it, but you can spot a fastball. Good luck.
1 down. Base is empty. Pitch to Bear. Lines this to left field. It's going to stay up for Terrell. 2 away.
Yeah, not to repeat myself a ton, but it's just, again, that's not a bad swing from Bear. That's not a bad, contact with the baseball. But it's just you're not really, all over it like you would be with other pitchers. It's kind of man, I got him, but I'm out.
Do you swing at the first because it may be the best pitch you see?
I was going to say this earlier, but a lot of these first pitch swings is hey, we know he strikes a bunch of guys out. We have to be aggressive early.
Here's Jorian Wilson, lefty. 2 down, bases empty, bottom of the 6th. Outside corner at the knees for a strike with a breaking ball. That was a delayed strike call by Steve Mattingly. That's why there's a little uproar here.
I don't even hate the call. I think it's a strike, but the fact that you wait and then do it, it's man, come on.
0-1. Down low. Ball on a strike.
For all the younger players, maybe high school guys, you can find out a lot about a pitcher just looking at his strikeout to walk ratio.
Yeah.
If a guy is pretty close, not a lot of control. If a guy doesn't have a lot of strikeouts, the fastball either isn't great or he doesn't command it well. And if it's a lot of both, you really have to be selective.
Fastball, strike at the knees, 1 and 2.
So when you look at Marciano coming into this game, 82 strikeouts to 9 walks, it's well, if I get to 2 strikes, I am probably out, or at least going to have a tough time. So let's be aggressive early. That's all A&M's trying to do.
The 1-2 is bounced up the middle, cutting across. McCrane, the shortstop, double clutches. That just made a closer play at first, but Wilson out by half a stride, and the Aggies are retired in order. That's now 7 straight set down by Jake Marciano. We played 6 complete. Auburn has a 5-3 lead on Texas A&M. 7th inning next. Aggie baseball from Learfield. I've got to give the update from the intergalactic intercontinental tournament that Shesh and Tyner are at. Yes, they won their games
Let's go.
today. Shesh also says Tyner's still on probation.
Of course he is. Probably a good thing.
Yeah.
I have score updates too.
Oh, do you? Mason
Yeah,
McCrane.
I've just been peeking the scorebook.
1 for 3. Pushed off the plate by Lions.
All right, scores that matter to us first.
How'd Fairfield do?
They won, man. Come on. Over hated rival Quinnipiac. Made my day.
Swing and a miss. There's that run on that fastball. By the way, Brandon Garcia back in the bigs.
Back in the bigs. With the D-backs, no less. I'll text Brandon. Tell him bragging rights are mine.
1-1. I totally interrupted your flow there. 1 and 2.
No, it's okay. I was going to shout out my friend Ben Alexson for throwing a gem.
Oh.
5 1/3, 1 run, I think, like
Really?
3 hits. Yeah, he threw really well. Ben is the best pitcher you've never heard of. I mean, the guy, he had like a .9 as a freshman.
Oh, yeah.
He just doesn't give up runs.
Once again, that point something.
Yeah, pretty good.
Down and into it. ERA, whip, anytime you can start with a point. That's good.
I always used to joke with him, he's the best pitcher to ever come out of Vermont. Because he's the only. He's the best and worst at the same time.
2-2 to McCrane leading off. On the inside
pitch.
corner, he struck him out.
Great pitch. It's that fastball, 21 inches a run, coming back over the middle. That's so hard for a left-hander to stay on, and that is out number 1. But okay, to scores. We have Ole Miss tied up the series with Arkansas. Bama finished their sweep of Vanderbilt. Wow. So I would say they're probably right back in the hosting, not contention. I think if the season ended today, they'd host.
Comeback on Thursday changed everything.
Yes,
in that
it did.
series, right?
It did. That was huge. Mississippi State has tied up the series with Texas.
In on Guevara, did he go? No swing.
Good
Appeal.
pitch. Shows you how much it moves that he almost swung on a pitch that nearly hit him. Kansas took another game from U of A. I would be shocked if they didn't host. And then another team that probably, as he fouls it off, probably is looking at hosting Nebraska. They lost last night to Ohio State. They're losing again tonight.
Ooh.
So Nebraska could really shoot themselves in the foot on the hosting contention.
His former coach, Will Bolt, here, and his pitching coach is Rob Childress.
Yep.
1-1 to Guevara. Out of play right side, 1 and 2.
Who should be a leading candidate for the Omaha job that just opened up?
Omaha did.
Their coach is resigning, and if you haven't seen their facilities, look them up. They're unbelievable. They put in some really good money to that program.
1 and 2 to Eric Guevara. 0 for 3. Pitch from Lions. Just missed outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Wow, what a leave. That's the nice way I'll say that.
Two. Bouncing ball to second, Chestnut. Oh, and he skips it past Binderup. Bear backing up, Guevara hustling to second. Another error on the Aggies.
It's just stuff you cannot do against an offense like this in a series like this. It's a super regional feel. They're 2 great teams. The margins are thin. I just think I think he had more time. He didn't have to sidearm sling it the way he did. And Binder, there's just nothing Binderup is going to do. I mean, it's a miraculous pick if he makes it. That's a tough one for A&M to swallow. Especially with this guy. Yeah, I was about to say, this is not a bad intentional walk.
Freilich intentionally walked. Runners at first and second. Michael has said time and again that this team will be competitive when they play consistent baseball. That's not consistent baseball.
No, we've joked about, as JK is going to take a stroll out to the mound here, we've joked about what for A&M is sustainable and not. Free bases to the middle part of the lineup of an SEC team is in the not category pretty firmly.
So they've changed an earlier play to an error for the Yankees if they have a second error.
Yeah, there was the Guevara rope up the middle of the Chestnut. That one that he knocked down.
That one or the Remberts?
Or Rembert, excuse me. Sorry, yes, Rembert. It was Rembert. Apologies. They're both good. They both have similar stances. That's on me.
And he's up now.
Yeah, that's on me.
Right.
But yeah,
as you talked about Rembert, he's one 107 off his bat in an earlier at bat for him.
And I think the one he hit to Chestnut that they made in there is 111 off the bat,
Yeah.
if I remember seeing it right. So
First and second, one away. Righty, Lyons and Remberts. Up the middle. Chestnut knocks it down. He still has second, one.
Oh.
Should have gone to third, and it thrown away. But Lyons is there to back up. That ball's taking Travis on the left side of second base. He should have gone to third first and get that force. Instead, it's first and third, two away. He thought he could still get the double play if Rembert doesn't come out of the box.
And it's hard to tell a kid what to do when he's running full speed, but he had time to see that develop and go, oh, I have third.
You know, it's interesting. We talk about this a lot. This four probably hasn't been on
Never.
the infield, right?
Never.
They've all played the position.
But they haven't been together, and
No.
it matters. It really does matter. It's like a new starting five in basketball.
Yes.
It's just like getting those guys together it means something to do that.
Corners two away for Bingaman. High bouncer Grahovac on a short
Nice
hop.
play.
Oh, and he zips it to first.
Like he never left. Nice play by Grahovac. And the Aggies somehow get out of that without giving up a run.
An error, an intentional walk, a fielder's choice equals 0. Seventh inning stretch time. 5-3 Auburn leads Texas A&M. This is Aggie baseball from Learfield. Thank you. Well, here we go.
Stomach's in knots already.
Three wins and 2 saves and a 2.83 ERA. Sanders, this is his 4th time out of the pen. He's made 7 starts. He was a weekend starter. And now he backs up Jake Marciano on this Saturday. Just some more numbers. In 48 innings, 65 strikeouts. 38 hits, 14 walks.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
If you like that kind of stuff.
I do like that kind of stuff. I don't like those numbers for A&M, but I like that kind of stuff for sure.
Marciano, 3 runs, 4 hits in 6 innings. A season high 3 walks and 5 strikeouts.
It's gonna be a tough matchup for A&M. Sanders, 2 breaking balls, good heater, good command. It's the SEC, and it's a top 10 SEC team, so you know you're gonna expect some good players out of the pen. But this will be a fun matchup for the Aggies.
Picked up. He's got decisions in his last 3 outings, 2 saves and a win. The save was against Oklahoma. The win was at Florida. The save prior to that was the series against Arkansas.
So 3 pretty good teams to get the good decisions against too.
Run on 4 hits in 2 1/3 to get the save in the 6-4 win over Oklahoma. A run on a hit in an inning in 2/3. Sorry, let me take that back. It was no runs, 1 hit, and 4 1/3 in the 5-3 win over Florida, and no runs, 1 hit, and 4 innings in the save, the 10-2 win. He got that save by going 4 effective innings against the Razorbacks. 1-0 to Chestnut, and that chops off his front foot.
Some good numbers. He'll throw it all at you. It'll be a lot of cutters. There'll be a lot of sliders. Term we use for guys that can really make the ball move to their glove side is a supinator. It's a position your arm gets into.
Yeah.
Some physics here, not physics, biomechanics. Biomechanics. You can really get around it and just rip it across, make it move pretty effectively to the glove side.
Now, while Marciano was on the first base side of the rubber, here's Sanders on the third base side.
Intentional.
1-1. Down low, 2-1. His worst outing in his sophomore year, he gave up 4 runs to Nebraska and 4 runs to Texas.
That's his worst?
Yeah.
Wow.
Swing and a miss by Chestnut. 2-2.
It's pretty good for it being your worst.
Yeah.
That's, especially against those teams too, that's not bad.
I mean, I give Arbelin a ton of credit for the non-conference as well, who they played. Bounced to Yankee dugout.
I feel like they always do that. And I think it helps them so much.
I don't think teams should ever be punished for that. I think it's good for college baseball. I like it in all non-conference sports.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
Like the fact that A&M and Arizona State didn't cancel after the SEC scheduling rules for football, that's awesome.
Yeah.
How much fun is that game going to be? And my mom, who's sitting behind me, who is an Arizona State alum, she better not get mad at me when A&M, you know, wins by 30. Sorry, Mom, love you. Although I think I turned her into more of an Aggie than a Sun Devil at this point.
Here's the 2-2 to Chestnut. Missed away.
Wow.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Great pitch. Great leave.
You know what? Now I tip my cap to Steve Mattingly, not calling that a strike, expanding the zone here in the 7th. He's called that a ball all afternoon. 3-2. He draws a walk, a leadoff walk.
Great AB from Chestnut. And great zone for Mattingly just to finish that point quick. It's been really good all day.
Yeah, I agree with
think
you.
it's been really, really good all day. I give him a lot of credit.
Here's Kellner.
Former Hamilton Husky. Produce greats like Cody Bellinger, T. Sizzle on the football side of things. Speaking of football.
Kellner. First pitch strike.
Hello, Train.
By the way, my guess is always 3 engines.
You're a 3 guy. Okay, I like that.
Yeah, it's
I like
my
that.
default.
Good default. Mine's 4. I'm
4?
I'm a go big or go home guy.
0-1. Another good pitch.
Good pitch.
That almost like a cutter, or is that supinator that you're talking about?
It's so hard because that one's got 14 inches of horizontal breaks. That's like a slider.
More slider?
And then he's
Gotcha.
got one that's got like 5.
Yeah.
That's more cuttery.
Okay.
They're similar speed profile, so it's kind of hard.
Swing and a foul tip into the mid of Freilich. Strikes out Kellner in 3 pitches, 1 away.
So that's like, this is 82 at 7 inches of horizontal break. I am nerding out on you wonderful people listening, but I think that's a cutter.
Gotcha.
I'd also like to propose a new award as I'm up in the broadcast. If there could be such thing as like a Beast of the Week,
Yeah.
I would give it to Gavin Grahovac for not only hitting baseballs really hard all over the place, both now and in the midweek, but switching over from first to third, looking generally seamless doing it. This guy just does it all for this team.
Yeah. Fastball below the knees and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. 0 for 3. Was grounded out. Flied to right, lined to left. He did that with runners at first and third, and Terrell made a nice catch in left. Gavin roller. That's to second base. Rembert. 1 relay, not in time. Oh, he's called out at first. That one's not close.
Yeah,
Aggies have 1 challenge left.
great.
Texas A&M is challenging the call at first base.
That was
They
fast.
shouldn't have to challenge. They should not have to challenge this one.
Thank God you get 2.
Yeah.
That wasn't close. No, it's closer than it looked. But he's safe, I think. Maybe. Let's see.
That last long stride. And looking glove. You're looking
For the back of the glove.
looking for the.
pop.
Oh, it's not
Nice
close.
save. It's not close.
No. This
Got
is going to
another
get overturned quickly. We shouldn't
frame and a
even
half,
waste
2
any time on
frames.
this one. Fielder's choice.
But now we get to tell another bad story.
Oh, good point.
And that's what the people want,
Yeah.
right? I think. People. Another bad
So
story.
what you're doing, you look foot and you hear ball and glove.
It's a hard job, I get it. But that one should not have to be reviewed. That's why we got it. It's good. Keep safeguards in, so I don't have to deal with it.
And we also get to say it's a Thornton McFerrin Coaching Academy review.
We do. I'm glad we get to say that.
It's one thing to keep Dr. Thornton happy. Way more important to keep Dorothy McFerrin happy. Of the two.
After replay, the call on the field is safe. Texas A&M still has one challenge remaining.
Just once. I want to hear, we were wrong.
Sorry.
Lo siento mucho.
Sorry. That was pretty good. That came off nice.
Yeah, well, don't ask me for more because
I will
my
not.
next answer is, oh, do you know Spanish? Solamente un poco. That's all. That's,
Wow.
yeah.
He's got me fooled.
Here's Sorrell. Aggies down 5-3. Inning continues. The fielder's choice. Gavin at first. This has to be even more difficult with Sanders in sun and you're in shade trying to hit him. Missed high and away. 1 ball and no strikes.
I will say the one thing is because a lot of Sanders' stuff moves glove side, just with the way Caden's barrel path goes,
Yeah.
he has a better chance of just like accidentally running into one.
He's got a home run in game 2 off the end of the bats, backing out of play. Once again, Remberts. About 15 yards in shallow right, and he's shaded towards the line. The first baseman, Bingaman, has to hold Grahovac.
I mean, we went from a holding penalty to like an offensive pass interference.
Yeah, that's a spot
He
foul.
is way, oh yeah, he is way out there.
1-1. That gets away. That wild pitch sends Grahovac to second.
And as that happened, the fireworks from Banana Ball went off. You got to think if they get 102,000 people chanting ball 5 over there,
Yeah,
we're going to hear it,
Yeah.
right? We have to.
yeah. Look, you can see the fans
Yeah.
in this at the top.
I feel like I'm
South
missing
end
a
zone.
football game. I have like FOMO. This is
I
wild.
don't know if I'm supposed to be there.
Yeah,
My partner
hey,
and I should
you're
probably-
late, aren't you?
2-1, pop foul, backing out of play.
Listen, I don't know if I can give you the football analysis I do baseball other than, hey, that was a really nice play. I have no idea what the safety just did. I couldn't tell you the coverage, but that was sick.
I've always said this. You know, I love to be in the booth with you and Hayden and Bronny and Scott for baseball. I love to be in the booth with Dave because y'all make me sound smarter.
You know, that's what they pay us for.
Yeah, that's right. Wait. Y'all get paid? 2-2 to Sorrell. 2 down, Grahovac at second. Off the end of the bat again. Fouled straight back. 3 on the right side with the shortstop. McCrane to the right of second base. Guevara has moved back to third, so shortstop is vacated.
Wide open. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to put yourself in the shoes of the Auburn pitching coach. Do you go fastball up, or do you throw him another breaking ball after he's seen 3 in a row?
Keep going soft away.
Let's see.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball in on the hands.
Great pitch.
2 strikeouts for Sanders. Aggie Strander under at second base. This is a great pitch to get Sorrell. 5-3. We move to the 8th. Auburn the 2-run lead on Texas A&M. It's Aggie baseball from Learfield. Three lead on Texas A&M. Also out hit the Aggies 8-4 as Auburn bats in the top of the 8th inning. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification all along the Texas A&M Sports Network. You bet. Thank you. Athletics to offer its members free tickets to Aggie baseball games. Visit TexasFarmBureau.org/sports to learn more. Become a member today. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, proud to support Aggie baseball. 3 on the right side of the infield, Grahovac. Basically a shortstop for Bub Terrell, and the first pitch from Gavin Lyons is a strike. It's 0-1. Terrell, a 2-run home run in the third, and right now that is the difference in a 5-3 lead for Auburn. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Off-speed breaking ball. Grahovac will go to the right of second, and Kellner will go to shorts. Chestnut shallow rights. Binder up deep at first.
Auburn's going to play really, really, really hard just for 1 run here.
Change, missed inside. 1-2.
Sean, I just said so many nice things about your strike zone. That was a good pitch. But no, Auburn's going to play really hard for 1 run. You don't want to be a bloop and a blast away from a tie ball game. So whatever, they're going to bunt, they're going to run, they're going to do whatever it takes.
1-2. Fouled at the plates.
Obviously, so much of that is dependent on if Bub Terrell can get on right here. Get a leadoff guy on. It's an age-old adage, but man, does your chance of scoring a run go way up.
1-2. Another change out in front. Past the camera. Beyond the dugout, first base side.
And an army of future Aggies clamoring. Oh, good diving play. Look at that kid go.
Yeah.
Guy wants it. He's wearing a Michael Jordan jersey, that's why. He's got the right jersey on.
First base side of the rubber for Lions, 1-2. Fastball low and in, 2-2.
That's in, right? I think.
Down and in?
I don't know.
You're talking two? No, it's too far inside.
That's in, right?
That's a good pitch.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's in. All right. I'll make sure Bear didn't fool me. He has before.
2-2. Got him, swing and a miss, struck him out.
Good pitch. Talk about that sinker running in from a righty to a lefty. It's called front dooring it, and that was a really good example of a front door sinker there to Bub Terrell. And that's out number 1 for A&M.
Here's Brandon McCrane. He's 2 for 3, 2 singles.
It's been a nice day for the McCrane family. They have both
Well,
played pretty
Mason would like a better start.
He
Shane
would.
kind of ruined his game 1, but in game 2 he's done well.
He's doing all right.
Down and away.
You know, I wonder what the odds are of getting 2 sons that both play at the same school at a level like this. It's got to be low.
Well, remember the Coleman brothers were here, Ty and Hunter.
Oh, yeah. Or like the McCoy legacy over at Texas. How you have that many quarterbacks just like going through, or like the Manning brothers.
1-1. Below the knees. 2 balls and 1 strike.
You know, I know there's like a lot of nurture in the nature versus nurture argument, but there's some nature to it too. Sometimes you just got it.
2-1. On the knees. Outside corner, 2-2. Shadows continue to creep.
Tough time of night to play baseball.
2-2. Bouncing ball left side. Grahovac fields to his left. Zips to Binder up. That's Mas Fajitas Moss Hustle play of the game. Mas Fajitas proud partner. Texas A&M Athletics.
There's my beast of the week, baby. Like it never even changed. Like never left.
Can you kind of retire that award? I mean, it's.
Yeah, it's his. He's got it. Yep. One-time thing, Gavin. Congrats. You win it. I'll get you a trophy or a plaque or a shirt, whatever you want. Probably a shirt. Move on. Be good.
2 down for Madrigal. Righty-lefty matchup. And Lions, first pitch fastball misses inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Madrigal's 0 for 3. Fielder's choice, strikeout, ground out. Binderup made a very nice play in the 6th on him.
He did.
Fastball runs away.
He did.
2-0.
He's had a lot of good at-bats today, Madrigal.
Yeah, he has. 3 hits in game 1.
Yep. I guess having good at-bats in college runs in the Madrigal name. Nick, Eddie. I know they're not related. But
2-0. Still a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure.
Same last name.
Still there.
It's like I always tell Mike Monaco, don't suck.
Stop. You're going to make me look bad. I thought you guys were related for the longest time.
2-1. Over first strike, 2-2, and now Gavin will go to the right of second base.
Just hammering that inside part of the zone with that fastball, and it is so hard for lefties to stay on. It looks like it's going to hit you for a long, long time.
2-2 from Lions. This low. But see, that's what Bear does, right? That pitch isn't close. When the way Bear presents it.
He's got them fooled.
That's why it's been a joy watching Bear catch. Here's the 3-2. Shallow right, Chestnut there, throws to Binderab. Madrigal retired. Okay, Gavin, give that Mas Fajitas, Mas Hustle now to Travis. Perfectly placed. Not an easy throw either, Matt.
No, it's weird when you're in right field. Ranged over to his left, makes a really nice throw. Throws a bullet to the 6-6 Binderab, and the Aggies have 6 more outs to do some damage.
Bottom of the 8th next, 5-3 Auburn. This is Aggie Baseball from Learfield. Tune into Sirius XM, College Sports Radio, Channel 84. Streaming on the Sirius XM app. Here's Chris Akopian. The Aggie DH is 0 for 3. Leading off the bottom of the 8th, the Aggies trail 5-3. As Jackson Sanders begins his second inning of relief. The lefty to the righty, Akopian. High and away with a fastball, 1 ball and no strikes.
This at bat for Chris is just supremely important in this game.
High and away. If he gets on, do you think about pinch running?
Yes, absolutely.
2-0 to Akopian.
Because he's DH and you can do it with whoever you want, I would highly assume it's Terrence.
Missed outside, 3-0. He just doesn't chase that pitch. He really doesn't. A baseball or 2 off the plates.
Doesn't even look interested.
3-0. Over for a strike.
Yeah, there's not chasing, and then there's taking it like you're almost offended he even tried to throw it there. And that's what Chris does. He's like, why would you even try that?
That extension on the helmet after getting hit in the face with the pitch. He had a root canal this week. Ball 4, 5-pitch walk. Opening the bottom of the 8th.
Great AB. Just what A&M needs. I'd be shocked if they don't pitch run for him and try and cause some sort of chaos here.
Jake Dewar, the batter.
Well, color me shocked.
Texas A&M left fielder, number 3, Jake Dewar.
All right.
Lefty-lefty matchup here, Sanders and Dewar. Missed inside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Jake was so locked in for that pitch, he had no idea his hand guard had like come unstrapped.
Fralick to the mound. Well, let me think about this just out loud.
Yeah.
If TK runs, you don't have that option then for him in the outfield if you wanted to.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that dictates, but
No, that's a good
not
point.
that you don't have other runners though.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, I guess I wasn't thinking. I was thinking more just like, oh, you have
I was
Wesley.
thinking getting on base and
Yeah.
you need 2 runs
Yeah.
at least.
Because if you put TK in and you just get within 1, then you're we snuck a homer out to tie
Right,
the game. That's
right.
that's my thought. But you know,
1-0 to Dewar, showing bunt, pull back, fastball at the belt for a strike.
so that had to be fake. Because if they were really bunting, they would pinch run.
Right. Playing Dewar to pull. Swing and a miss. He's letting that pitch travel. We're playing him to pull. We know what Jake can do going the other way.
I think that's odd. I mean, obviously the data is the data. I think it's odd. Just this whole thing is odd. Like the first baseman's not holding him on. I know Chris isn't running great, but still, Jake can go the other way.
Just throwing away. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Great lead.
Yeah, we've talked about this. Usually the shift tells you where the pitch is going to be.
So this says classic slider away, fastball in, sort of.
Towards left center field, Carter. Hakopian retreats to first. Yeah, I'm with you. If I'm going to shift to pull, I'm thinking middle in.
If anything
But
hard,
for Sanders,
100%.
that ball may run away with that movement.
Yeah, if he's throwing sliders and Jake
Yeah.
just kind of goes,
Yeah,
you're giving up a lot of the, especially for a guy that can handle the bat. It doesn't matter he's out, but it's just interesting.
right.
Trying to learn the game, trying to explain the game.
Yeah. Binder up's 0 for 3. Swing and a miss over top. 0-1. 2 of the 5 strikeouts for starter Marciano.
Yeah, he just hasn't looked comfortable yet today.
Missed with a fastball low. No, not with that stretch when Jordan had hurt the groin and Blake came in as the DH and was just on fire for the entire week.
When Blake's hot, there's not many. There's not many better.
Difficult out.
Yes.
1-1. Right down the heart. 1-2. Hakopian the leadoff walk. Dewar flies to center. 1-2 to Blake Binderup. 1 down, bottom of the 8th. Auburn leads 5-3.
Great leave. Good
2-2.
pitch. Good pitch from Sanders. Kind of have 2 options. You can throw another one of those and get a strikeout, or try and bury a fastball in for a double play. Those are my 2 options.
2-2. Chopped foul out of the dirt circle off to the left to Bear Harrison on deck.
So they went breaking ball. I've given up on trying to figure out which one's the slider, which one's the cutter, because they're both good. So they went breaker. The only thing is, if you leave a fastball out over the middle and Blake ties this game up,
Yeah.
again, to put yourself in the shoes of the Auburn pitching coach, you're not going to forgive yourself for that.
Right.
So would be shocked if they go back to it.
Hakopian at first, 2-2. Drilled down the left field line. He's out in front. It is foul and into the Aggie bullpen.
Thought I called it. Yeah, I think out in front like that on 2 strikes, there's no shot you give him a fastball. Just trying to think like a pitcher, which I obviously wasn't, but trying to go into that mind. I think they're just going to keep feeding him breakers. If he's got a slower one, this would be the time.
2-2 to Binderup. Hakopian at first, 1 away. Called strike 3, 2 away.
It's a good pitch. Gone down and in, tried to bury it, and they just backdoor one. That's a good pitch for Binderup's 3rd K of the day.
There's Bear Harrison. Partner, I don't think that's a strike. He
I don't
hasn't
think so
called
either.
that one. No,
I don't think so either.
Not the time to take the bat out of his hands.
No, I don't think so either. My unbiased coming out again.
Fastball outside corner to Bear. 0-1.
For A&M, if you get the leadoff walk and strand him at first, that would be frustrating, to say the least.
Fly out and a called 3rd strike. 0-1 to Bear. Down low. Hakopian got the leadoff walk. 5-pitch walk to him. Dewar flied to center. Binderup. Jackson Sanders, his 3rd strikeout. 2 down. Hakopian at first. 1-1 to Bear. Down low.
Also, just to give you folks listening an idea of why he's throwing so many off-speed pitches, or well, at least he's throwing a lot of off-speed pitches. His fastball is still 91 to 93 with like 15 to 19 inches of break. It's a good fastball. That's just how good the other stuff is. Right. That's why he's leaning on it.
2-1. On the outside corner of the knees for a strike. It's 2-2.
And he's spinning that breaker at like 25 to 2,700, which is pretty good. That's a good number for that.
Second baseman Rembert just to the right of second base. First baseman Bingaman playing behind Hakopian. 2 down, 2-2 to Bear. Down low, 3-2. There's that fastball, right?
Yep. 94. Yeah, it's a pitch backwards, like sneak fastballs by you. When you're trying to sneak them by you at 94, that's pretty good.
Now the count full, so Hakopian will be off with this pitch from first. Bear lines this to left field. Fair ball and towards the corner. Hakopian, he routes third. He's coming home. No throw, 5-4, RBI double, Bear Harrison.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter who's on first. Great swing by Bear, gets a slider middle of the zone, and just works his way into it. That's an at-bat that a lot of the Auburn hitters have been having, spoiling off pitches, taking pitches. Bear has a great one. Aggies within 1 here, bottom of the 8th.
2 strike, 2 out, RBI double.
Those are huge. Those are just so huge. This offense can do it. This offense can do it. 203 comes alive. Here we go.
This is no anomaly. We've seen Bear get on heaters in the past.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Jorian Wilson. Lefty-lefty. Missed inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Jorian singled, walked, grounded out. Bear represents the tying run at second. 1-0 to Wilson. Swing and a miss. Broke down and away with the slider, 1-1. For Bear, his second hit of the game. His 26th RBI. He leads from second. Infield playing Jorian to pull. Foul and straight back. Almost got too much of the plate there.
He got away with one.
Yep. 1-2 to Jorian Wilson. Now, they keep Guevara towards third because that's where Jorian rolled it last time. The shortstop, McCrane, is to the left of second. So shortstop, for the most part, is vacated, but they're not going to allow Jorian to roll one through the left side like he did his first time up.
Good thinking.
1-2 the count to Wilson. Bear at second, his RBI double makes this a 5-4 game. Pitch from Sanders. Bouncing ball wide of first. Troy's going to go get that and make a fan. Watch this. Underneath, he gets that ball.
Nice play.
Yep. Yeah, see, Troy's the hero.
Oh, yeah, he's our former 12th
He's
man.
a 12.
Yeah, well, always a hero.
Ball in 2 strikes. Jorian Wilson, 2 down. Bear Harrison off second. Aggies down 5-4 here in the 8th. Pitch from Sanders. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. We go to the 9th in a 1-run game. Bear Harrison's RBI double pulls the Aggies within 1. Auburn 5, Texas A&M 4. The 9th inning next. It's Aggie baseball from Learfield. Bunt does bunt towards the mound. Lions off the mound. Fields and throws. Carter is out. The bunt attempt. One bunt, one out.
Good idea, bad bunt. Happens. Good play by Lions, jumping off the mound like a cat. This is Matt Burgeon, and you are listening and watching Aggie Baseball.
That's right.
This is a pass-through.
Yes, it is. Simulcasting on
Simulcast,
SEC Network
yes.
Plus. Thanks to our 12th Man Productions crew and what is quite the Saturday on this campus. Here's Mason McCrane. Fastball runs away from the left-handed hitting McCrane, 1-0.
Yeah,
on the right side.
I know it sounds like Andrew and I just do this all alone through our immense talent and just hard work, but there is just so many people helping us do this right now.
McCrane fouls this. Yeah, but you know what? When everything goes wrong and no one can get a signal, who do they blame?
Us. And they should. It's probably our fault. We probably stepped on
There's something to be said for that. Yeah.
Probably our fault.
1-1. Just missed away. 2 balls, 1 strike. You know, when Andrew doesn't plug the equipment in and the battery starts running out, you get this sound that is like worse than a fax machine sound. Yeah.
It's definitely not Ethan or Tony's fault. Back
No,
in the truck.
no. Fastball is a strike with 2 strikes. Grahovac to the right of second, counter to short. Chestnut's in shallow rights. 2 ball, 2 strike count to McCrane. 1 down. Bases empty. Top of the 9th. 5-4 Auburn.
Yeah, so back to the baseball. If Auburn wins this game,
Fouled into the net by the Aggie on deck circle.
if they find a way to get the 3 hardest outs, 3 hardest outs in baseball. Sorry, long day, folks. You talk about putting an absolute statement out to the rest of the country about where this team should be when the seeding comes out. It would be really, really impressive for the Tigers.
Well, as you talked about, Aggies have Ole Miss and Mississippi State. Auburn has Mississippi State and Georgia. Now they get Georgia at home.
I mean, it doesn't help a ton. It helps, but that's a good Georgia ball club.
Great point. 3-2. Came in on him, and he fouls that into the dugout. Not quite an ugly finder.
Close though.
Yeah.
It was an ugly like hoper. Yeah, even if Auburn goes, and I mean, I'm just talking way ahead. If they win 2 games here and they go 1-1 the next 2 series, they're still a national seed, 100%.
3-2. Grounded. Binder up. Snares it off his glove though, and it trickles into the outfield. A single for McCrane.
102 off the bat. I feel like it's always harder going to your glove side on plays like that, just because it's not practiced as much. That's a tough play and a nice swing, but Blake's going to say should have had that, but that's a tough play. Gives Auburn a really, really important base runner in this inning.
Is his pulse always low?
I've never seen him get like above a 50 resting heart rate. Even well, okay, I'll take that back. When we're playing ping pong, yeah, the pulse gets up.
Really? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The important stuff.
Yeah. Blake thinks he's the best one on the team.
Is think the operative word there?
Yes.
Ground ball short, Kellner, backhands, throws,
Oh, my
Chestnuts. Oh, what a double
my
play!
goodness.
Oh, man. Kellner was on the
Mercy.
move, had to come back to his right. What a turn by Chestnut
Wow.
and a pick by Binderup. And another Dos Equis double play.
What a play. He's wow. I mean, you just look at it.
Runners
That's
in
unbelievable.
motion, so he's going to cover.
Yeah, that's what good shortstops do. Hey, have we told you that he's a freshman? Pretty good from the Arizona native. Well, a Minnesota native, Arizona raised. Good for you, Boston. What a play.
6-4-3 in ending Dos Equis double play. To the bottom of the 9th. Aggies need a run to tie. Is there some Olsen magic?
There we say.
5-4 Auburn, bottom of the 9th next. Aggie baseball from Learfield. Travis Chestnut leads off the bottom of the ninth for the Aggies. They're down 5-4 in game 2 of this doubleheader. Chestnut, the 2-run triple in the 4th. Facing Jackson Sanders, the lefty Sanders. His 3rd inning of relief. 5-4 Auburn. And the first pitch is a strike to Chestnut.
Good breaker in there. You're going to see a heavy dose of those. No shadows, which is in A&M's favor. And you've seen Sanders more than once now, also in A&M's favor.
Sanders walked Chestnut, the first man that he faced. And he's ahead 0-2.
Great
fastball
pitch.
on the inner half.
After so many sliders, especially on the outer half, to do that to get to 0-2 is really, that's hard to do. Good pitch.
Two-strike offering. Missed away. Ryan Hetzler is in the Auburn bullpen.
Does Wyatt have a brother?
Hetzler.
Oh, I was like, holy cow.
Here's the 1-2 to Chestnut. On the outside corner, he struck him out.
It's a big out for Auburn. Getting the first one's obviously important in the 9th, but getting the first one that can run like that's great. Here it is from Sanders, breaking ball. Good pitch. Really, really good pitch.
It's 2 very different makeups to be a starter and for right now in this game.
It's
closer.
It's hard to do.
Yeah.
He's done it well. Auburn trusts him a ton, clearly.
Boston Kellner takes a first pitch fastball. First strike, it's 0-1.
Coming off the back of one of the better double plays I've seen turned on this field.
Just everything that went into that.
Oh my gosh.
The 0-1 to Kellner. Down low. Ball and a strike. Kellner going over to cover second when you put a runner in motion, goes back to his right towards the hole. Remember, that runner's still in motion, flips to Chestnut, and with that runner bearing down on Travis, he turns that to Binderup. Swing and a miss. 1-2 to Kellner. He's 0 for 2 officially with a walk in the 4th inning after going 0 for 3 in game 1. In the hole, 1-2. Nearly hit Kellner.
Did that
Threw it
not hit
behind
him?
him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Thought that got him. Wow. Boston, I know you're trying to get skinny for summer, young man, and stay in shape, but take a couple pounds to get hit there. I'm not telling you how to, change your diet or anything. I know that's Emily's job down there, but come on.
2-ball, 2-strike count to Kellner. 1 down, bases empty in the 9th. Just outside, 3-2.
Great leave. Unbelievable leave by this young man. He's got a great eye and has put together great at-bats all year. Can he put together another one here?
1 down, bases empty. Full count pitch from Sanders to Kellner. Missed.
Yes, he can. I've talked a little bit about Boston's value to this team. Obviously, being the starting shortstop has value in its own, but it's at bats like that at the bottom of the lineup. When you see 9-hole, there's obviously a connotation there. Not with Boston, and they're going to pinch run for him.
Kellner will leave. Farr will come on. Here's Gavin Grohovac, who is 0 for 4. 2 home runs in game 1 of this doubleheader.
For A&M, you're a hung slider away from what would maybe be an awesome win. And for Auburn, you have 2 outs, and the 2 next guys you got to get are pretty darn good. This is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Come on.
Lefty Sanders already. Grohovac far at first, 1 away. Takes that pitch for a strike. Starting with that slider.
Yep.
0-1.
This is awesome. How much fun is this to watch these at-bats?
We always seem to say this as an Aggie. We got to go through the heart of somebody else's order. That's what Sanders has to face now.
Yeah.
With Gavin, 0-1, and 0 for 4 with an 18-game hitting streak on the line. In the hole, 0-2.
That's a strike. Good pitch.
Back-to-back off speed.
I know Gavin's upset, but this is a really good pitch. Good timeout here.
Yeah.
Good reset. Again, hate to be super unbiased, but that's just, sometimes you got to go, dang. That's why you're an SEC starter and closer and have the ability to do both. That takes a different makeup to be able to do that. Here we go.
2 strikes on Grahovac. Farr, the pinch runner at first after Kellner drew a walk. 0-2. Low. 1-2. He's grounded out twice in the air and a fielder's choice. Farr, the pinch runner, leads from first. 1 down, bottom of the 9th, 5-4 Auburn. Sanders, third base side of the rubber. The left-handers 1-2. Called strike 3, struck him out. And Michael is now upset with Steve Mattingly as he comes out of the dugout. He just took the bat out of Gavin Grahovac's hands.
Yeah, I don't think that's a strike.
You can question 2 with this game on the line in that at bat to Grahovac. Michael got tossed. And Kevin Sweeney comes down from first.
Listen, I'm for if you want to give a pitch that a guy's been going to a lot, like the slider on the outer half, totally fine. And I think anybody in baseball is totally fine. To give both, let's see. Oh my goodness.
Not even close.
Oh my goodness.
It's not even close. So who apologizes now? Who apologizes?
Gosh almighty. To that guy in that spot.
And you've run a head coach?
Gosh almighty. That's what it means. It's how much it matters. Gosh.
Got to be better. You've got to be better.
Especially with that guy up in this spot.
Here's Caden Sorrell. 2 away. Farr at first. Lefty, lefty. Down low. 1 ball, no strikes. For Caden, the home run in the 3rd is 21st of the season. Hit it into section 12. He's 1 for 4.
And he has hit the coolest homer I've ever seen with that walk-off against South Carolina.
1-0. Swing and a miss. Just tried to win it right there.
Yep.
1-1.
So after just an unbelievably steady diet of breaking pitches, 2 straight fastballs to Sorrell.
He struck him out with a fastball,
Yep.
did he not? His last at bat.
Yep.
That was to end the 7th.
Be curious how much they lean on it, given how good he is at the fastball hitter.
Off the end of the bat, he went back to the breaking ball.
I mean,
1-2. I give him a ton of credit. He's been ahead.
Yeah, I mean,
this entire outing.
He's pitched great, and I know that call to Grahovac is going to be much maligned, as it should be, but it shouldn't take away from what this young man's been able to do all night. He's been really, really effective.
Farr, the pinch runner at first. 2 away. 1-2 to Caden Sorrell in this lefty-lefty matchup. Served into right center field. Base hits. To third goes Farr. At the corners with 2 away.
Just professional hitting, if I've ever seen it, from Caden Sorrell. It's a great pitch from Sanders. Feels like we're at a football game again.
We're not fooling around. We're bringing out Mo Bamba.
Oh, yeah.
Right? For Chris Hakopian.
Just poking it out there. What a swing by Sorrell. Great pitch. Too close to take, probably. And we have a meeting at the mound. Well, the lights are on at Kyle. There's a sporting event at Kyle. I guess it's only fair that we play Mo Bamba. I guess we have to get the whole affect.
Auburn's pitching coach, Everett Tiefert, to the mound. A 2-hit game for Sorrell is his 19th multi-hit game.
I think the conversation here is, hey, you have Hakopian and Dewar. Let's get it with Hakopian, but you have it to play around with if you want the lefty. And if you don't get Dewar out, obviously it means either you lost or it's tied, and we'll go to somebody. But really, I think it's, hey, do you want to pitch to Hakopian? If you do, what do you want? And if you don't want to pitch to Hakopian, how do you want to pitch to Dewar? I think that's the conversation.
He walked Hakopian to lead off the 8th. 64 pitches in this outing.
It doesn't get easier. Hakopian's probably going to be the first Aggie called this July in the draft.
Sorrell at first, Farr at third. Farr represents the tying run. Outside corner, first strike. It's 0-1.
For Chris, you're just looking for something out over the plate. You can hit up the middle. You're not going to complicate it. Whether it's a fastball or slider, doesn't matter. It's all you're looking for.
0-1. Swing and a miss. Tied him up. 0-2.
Good cutter. Really good cutter in on the hands. Even if Chris does hit that, it's a 3-hopper to Guevara at third. That's a good pitch. But if there's anybody that's good at making contact, bat to ball skills, it is the man in the box right now.
At the corners, 2 away. 2 strikes on Hakopian. 5-4 Auburn in the 9th. Down, blocked by Frelick.
Huge play. That is a huge block by Frelick.
Like, you can miss, but you can't miss too badly.
Sawyer can run.
Yeah. Pinch running for Boston Kellner. He's at third after the 2-out single by Caden Sorrell. They're at the corners, 2 away. Farr represents the tying run here in the 9th. The 1-2 to Hakopian. Lined, just foul. That would have been intriguing because Sorrell can fly also.
I think that would have won the game, Andrew. I really do. Just didn't get that cutter in, and Chris almost did what you had to do with it. Sanders just got away with a big one. I mean, he missed the spot. You can cut the tension in the air with a knife.
Except for Guevara, who's dancing at third.
Yeah, well.
Right? There are some guys, right? The moment's just not too big.
Remember what I said when I get my stomach turned to knots more being up here? This is why. I can't go fix the problem, but they can.
At the corners, 2 away, 1-2 to Hakopian, inches away from extra bases. Sanders set, pitch home. Bouncing ball to shortstop, McCrane. Flip, Auburn sweeps the doubleheader, taking game 2 by a final of 5-4 after winning the opener, run ruling the Aggies 18-5. Auburn sweeps the doubleheader. Post game next. For all of you joining us, SEC Network Plus, thank you for inviting us into your homes. And on the network, we've got our post-game show. Auburn 5, Texas A&M 4. That's the final. Auburn sweeps the doubleheader. We'll be back. Aggie baseball from Learfield.